Hello, everyone. Welcome to Moralton University's first live stream. Let There Be Livestream. How's everyone doing tonight?
Fantastic.
I'm
If
great.
you guys have forgotten who we are, I am Wes, and the one
I'm
who is
Sena.
talking is Sena.
Hello,
And we have a ton of
everyone.
guests today,
Special guests.
special
Hi.
guests.
Yes, very special.
Let's all introduce ourselves. How about we?
Yeah. David, you go first.
Hi, I'm Dave. David Tuber here, veteran of Moral Oral, storyboard artist, director, and so forth. Pleasure to be here.
Hey, my name
And
is
I hate,
Justin Yates. I run teamorel.com. I'm also happy to be here. Thanks for having me.
And we also have a couple of guest artists for today's charity drawings. If y'all want to introduce yourselves.
Hi everyone, my name is Bree. My handle is Cotton Candy Craze on Instagram and Tumblr. This is really exciting. I'm like really happy to meet you all.
Okay. Hi. I'm Cherry Tastic on Tumblr and Twitter. This is my first ever like professional fanzine, like working with a fanzine team and a live stream. I'm very nervous, but I'm really excited.
Yippee!
Yeah. So we got a great crew here. How we wanted to start this off was we just wanted to read through some of you guys' questions, and we also have charity drawings going. So if you can donate either through our website or through one of the websites of the charities for the zine, you can get a little doodle.
Well, just to mention something first. So the reason that we've been a little AWOL on the channel for a bit is that we have been busy putting together a fanzine for the Moral Oral fandom, and we've been trying to get as many sales of that as possible. So if you haven't bought one yet, go get it.
Yeah, we have raised, what's the exact number so far?
Um, Let me see. As of now, 5,600 over that amount.
Oh,
So that's what's
Wow.
going to be going to the charities
Well,
after.
it'll be split between 4 different charities.
Yeah.
that's
That's amazing.
fantastic, guys.
Yeah.
The
But
Moral
we
Oral fandom is vast.
we believe that the fandom can go even further with that. I remember this one zine that I was on. It was for the Gravity Falls fandom. They made it to about like 6K, but that's like a much bigger fandom. So for the Moral Oral fandom, which is a lot more low key, that's an amazing number that we got.
Yeah, we're extremely proud of this fandom and everybody who's shown interest in this and all the artists, of course, who worked on this project. I mean, it's been amazing. The team that helped put this together is great. So, do we want to move into the drawings or answer questions or what?
All right, so the way it works with doing these drawings is that if you go to the Big Cartel and you leave a minimum of a $5 donation, you include a note with it and you tell us what you want us to draw for you. And one of the artists on call will draw it for you.
All right.
So far, we have 2 donations that don't have any descriptions in them. So what that means is that the artist gets to decide what to draw. So we go in order of David, Bree, and then myself, and then Cherry. So David, you take this first one.
Okay. A lot of pressure here. First time
Draw
drawing
whatever
with
you want.
Okay, SpongeBob it is. No, we're gonna do, I don't know, I'm gonna get the ball rolling with just a generic oral drawing. In the meantime, can I get a to hell with AI? Hell yeah.
To hell with
Or
AI.
with
Oh
AI.
yeah.
The
Hell with
AI.
AI.
Oh yeah.
We're a little off
Rob,
sync there.
All right, now that
have
we're all on the
Orel,
same page, this
have
is gonna
him,
be
I don't know, pouring water on a robot or something.
On ChatGPT.
Yeah.
It does
Nice.
kind of seem like something he would do. Okay, yeah, that's fun. Let's see, Oral.
So while David's drawing, why don't me and Wes, we can go through the chat and we can answer some questions.
All right, so I am gonna just.
Let's see. I'm just gonna scroll up a little bit here. Give me a second, guys. This one says, "What is your biggest pet peeve in oral videos?" Theirs is when the creator says it's all their fault when talking about abuse in moral oral. That is from Fish on a Rock.
Yeah. I also dislike that.
I think we make it pretty clear on our channel that that's something
Yeah.
we don't like either.
But I think my biggest pet peeve is when people open their moral oral video by saying it's the darkest TV show ever made. There's never been anything more fucked up than this.
I
Too
feel
hot
like
for TV.
I feel like a lot of the videos kind of summarize the show and go over the same points, and it's good to have that information out there, but we
I
like to
mean,
look into it
there's,
a little bit further than that.
there's a lot to wonder about the characters.
For sure.
So yeah, there's more to it than just calling it a fucked up show.
Exactly. There's so many little beautiful people with so many facets to their personality that you can look into and poke apart. Let's see if
Crap,
we have
it's
any
almost
other
done.
ones.
It's like, if you cancel a show like where Moral Oral was canceled, like kind of right after he gets shot in the leg, and then not really very much happens after that. That's a pretty fucked up place to end it.
Yeah.
So I don't think they're giving it a fair shake.
Yeah, there's so much to look into. I mean, just spend your time trying to put all the pieces together that we lost. That's what we do.
Yeah. David, I love this drawing.
This is great.
Right.
Look at that clanker.
Look at that clank. Oh, I was gonna say.
The watering can with little flower on it is so cute. I love that.
I think what would Roberta buy?
Aw, nice.
Okay, this is a good first round because it's only gonna get better from here. This is crap.
This looks fantastic.
He's short circuiting. Good.
You robot.
Yeah, let's get some clankers in the chat, please, guys. Clankers in the chat. And definitely, if you want to keep us talking, ask us some more questions. We don't want to keep you guys bored, of course, so we'd like to get as many of your opinions and questions out there as we can during this. The important thing is that we're trying to raise money for charity.
Speaking of money, can I have some? No, I'm just kidding. But I wanted to say, I am seriously blown away with the fact that you guys have reached that goal. I had no idea that it reached that high, and that's as I told Grave, I know I was a little hesitant jumping on board, and I just got more excited getting into this project more and more, and then seeing what it's become, and then seeing how it's being supported, and then hearing how much it's being supported. I'm just blown away, and the idea has been awesome, and you guys did a fantastic job, and I'm really glad to see that people are jumping on it and supporting it, and I'm just glad to be a part of it. So thank you guys for having me come along on your crazy adventure and being a part of it. It's been awesome, and if no one tells you, good job.
Like I was saying before, I mean, the amount of interest in it was just it kind of blew us away because we got so many good submissions and so many talented writers and artists who are interested in the project, and it just shows that this fandom it can be a little bit. I don't even want to say that it's like a dead fandom because it's clearly not, but on the forefront of things, it's this isn't like a SpongeBob, a Gravity Falls, the kind of stuff that gets constant funneling of new content. So it's really great to see all these people come out of the woodwork who I'd never seen online before that were creating some amazing work for this project.
And a lot of great stuff came out after we stopped taking submissions. And it was like, what gives?
Exactly. Yeah.
Where were
Where
you
were
when
you
we
guys
needed
when we
you?
were making it? Oh my gosh, we would love to include everything, of course.
So I just got a message that there was someone who forgot to include their description of what they wanted. So I'm gonna drop that in the chat for Bree, who's gonna take this next one. You ready, Bree?
Wonderful.
Oh gosh,
Yeah,
what is
please
it?
take it away.
So I'm gonna drop this in the general for Bree. And it says that this next person wants Orel drawn with their character Jack.
Yeah, I can do that.
Right. Also, David, I love this drawing.
It's so cute.
Awesome. Thank you.
Wonderful. Someone's asking, can I use Apple Pay like on the website? It should allow you to use any kind of major forms of payment. I'm not sure exactly the logistics of the Apple Pay, but if you go onto the website, it should show you the options that you're able to use.
Oh, and this next one's great. I get to draw Flagron with cool sunglasses.
Oh my god, Flagron. Shout out to underrepresented moral oral characters.
Shout out.
Wes, do we want to talk a little bit more about the production of the zine?
Sure.
And just kind of like things that we did to kind of fill some space here?
Yeah, so the zine is divided into 3 parts, and it's based on the theme of light, which is refraction, reflection, and emission. And the kind of the way that we sort of divided it up was that refraction would be artwork that follows the theme of the word refraction or any synonym that follows it, and also fan fiction or scenarios that didn't happen in canon. Reflection is based on the word reflection and its synonyms, and it includes analyses and personal essays and just these ways that people can reflect on the series. And emission, similarly to the others, but also it includes songs and poems that people wrote. And I think if you page through it with that in mind, then you can kind of see like how these themes work. But that's if you want to really read into it. I know I love to do that.
Yeah, there's a lot of like, I would say mixed, a lot of mixed media. There's writing, there's artwork, there's some, physical artworks as well, like three-dimensional stuff like that, sculpture, stuff like that. There's like a lot of great stuff in there, so a lot of amazing talented people came forward when we did the call to action on this. Are we moving to the next drawing?
Yeah, Bree.
Do I have to? Okay.
So what you have to do is turn off the layers.
Oh, I see. That's a bit
And then
wordy.
you use the Bree 1 layer to draw.
Okay. I
It's like
wasn't sure if that
technical
would show up
issue.
on stream. Okay, let me get this ready. I'm gonna do it.
It looks like your designated canvas is up.
Right.
And once again, hello everybody. If you're just joining now, we appreciate everybody who's come to this stream, even if to just chill out with us. We're just making some art for a good cause.
Question: which moral oral characters would own a Labubu?
Florence.
Labubus are unholy.
Andy.
Have you not seen the videos?
Yeah, you're
Definitely
right.
Bendy.
But I
Bendy
do think
would.
Bendy would like them,
Yeah.
yeah. Oh, somebody asked, will the digital zine be available after pre-order ends? So once the shop closes, we currently have no plans to release the zine in any further capacity. There is stuff to stay tuned about that, but today is the big push. It is the final day, and the shop will be closed at 11:59 p.m. PST.
Well, it's not to say that it'll be entirely inaccessible, but we just have to figure out how we're gonna make it accessible. Just
Yeah.
I don't think we're gonna be it's not gonna be for sale.
Yeah, we're not gonna be, like, making money off of it in the future. That it's kinda like we're raising the money, we're doing that big push, and then what happens after that is kind of to our discretion at this point.
Oral watering the robots so they can be hydrated. How considerate of him.
What was this request again?
Oh, it was Oral with a person's OC whose name is Jack. Bri, I love how you interpret characters.
Thank you. I haven't drawn on Drawpile in like forever.
Oh, hold on. Here is I think this is a question. Okay, since I don't know anything about this is my first stream here, I'm gonna throw a drunk dart and ask if you're going to do any Reverend Putty type sermons or teaching or things like that today. Wes?
What? Where was this?
We did. Don't support AI. That's the
There you
sermon.
go. See, Justin has
Friends
the
of
news.
the congregation. AI, more like
Must die.
Sorry, we're not that good at improv. If God intended for you to let machines do everything for you,
Then we're waiting.
he wouldn't have given you the most important machine of all.
We're watching
What's
this on a
that?
computer. This point is moot.
I mean, it's not like anyone in Moralton thinks.
They don't even have computers.
No, they don't. It's illegal.
It's sinful.
Exactly. All they got
I
is
always
good
wanted Orel to
old-fashioned
go to
radio
another
and the
town.
paper.
I always wanted
What'd you
Orel
say,
to
David?
leave and just I always wanted Orel to leave Moralton, and it's like I wanted us to realize that Moralton was like Gilead, like it's modern times and there's everything we have, but they're left in the dust, on purpose.
Oh my God.
See, there you go. You just validated everything in Wes's world.
See, I've been telling you, like, okay, the way I see it is that when people, say that Moral Oral takes place in the past and that this is like a period piece, they disregard the number of people in the world, in the US especially, who really think and operate their lives in that very same way. There's a lot of backwards people in the world, and that reflects it perfectly.
We'll
Yeah, it's
see.
very interesting.
Maybe we'll get to see that.
I hope so.
Be nice to see anything at this point.
Brothers and sisters, we all know robots. Adam and Eve, not Florence and the Machine.
That's hilarious.
No comment. I need Clay to be introduced to doom scrolling.
You do not
You do
want
not
that.
want-
Ooh, got a bit of echo there off someone.
Would Orel accidentally go on 4chan or something if he went on a computer, or would he watch me in the zoo?
Let's take it a
You'll
step
have to
further.
ask
Orel
him
would
that.
be at the Capitol on January 6th, probably thinking he's doing a good thing.
That's
my
the
Oh my god!
yeah. That's the unfortunate reality, is that everybody in Moralton would definitely have been at the Capitol. January.
He'd be there because he thinks it's like a field trip or something.
That's no.
Oh, no.
Moralton would take them
Oh
on a
my
field trip. She'd
gosh.
Gave you
pile all the kids
ridiculous.
into a bus and be like, "All right, kids, we're going to the state capitol."
They would be going to get a promotion, trying to
Which
get a new
characters
job.
would have egregious screen time hours? Shapey,
Oh
he's a
my God.
passive.
Clay's Facebook would be crazy.
Wait, didn't we determine didn't we have an estimate on like what year the show took place?
Who are you talking to, Justin?
Just I guess everyone from the university. Didn't you guys have an
Oh, there
episode
was
where
there was a video that
Well,
was
I just think it takes place at the time it was made.
so
like-
I'm trying to think of like what the popular websites were around that time that he could be like fumbling into. You know what I mean?
If he got into anime, he would have been on GeoCities. If he wanted to, post his art, he would have been on DeviantArt. If
Oh, that'd be really
he-
funny. He's like on some underground GeoCities, like hardcore, like Christian website page, or possibly anti-Christian website page, or like he's like,
Orel Orel
just
would've
some
loved
janky
Elliot.
GeoCity site.
Definitely be friends with Tom on MySpace.
I think that's the default.
His first friend is God,
And then Jesus.
and yeah, Tom's number 8.
Didn't they used to have like music
Newgrounds.
on MySpace so that he would have like multiple godgasm as like his thing on his
His
profile?
profile
Oh
song.
my god, his
Yeah.
profile would
Yeah.
be so crazy looking. Cause couldn't you like make your stuff look like just horrible? Like internet formatting in the early 2000s was just an eyesore.
I loved it. I design stuff still to this day that's still like is unironically like a tribute to it. I love it. It's so
It's-
bad, but it's so
It's
good.
kind of become an aesthetic in its own right. Like nowadays, like I feel like the earlier generations are finding it and like I don't know, they're thinking we're the peepaws. Well, I guess we are.
Orel would be drawing characters with Jesus on DeviantArt.
Oh my god, like those drawings on DeviantArt that's like the character finding God and they have a Bible and they're kneeling, there's a cross.
Oh goodness. Yeah, that seems like something you would do.
They did that a lot with Steven Universe.
Well, like him trying to like convince them, change their minds.
Yeah.
Oral would love those drawings of like Freddy from FNAF or Sonic reading the Bible. Yes. Like unironically.
You said Sonic?
Sonic or Freddy FNAF.
I was thinking of that with Sonic.
Sonic would be speed reading.
What? He's gotta go fast for Jesus.
For sure, he might miss church, you know.
Okay, I think I'm done. Yeah.
Yay! This is so cute. All right.
Thank you so much. Who is this from? Let's make sure that we're letting everyone know who these are for. Unless
This
it's an
was-
actual name.
well,
We don't want people's
The,
names.
this was from Alex Man.
Okay.
Thank you, Alex Man.
Yes, thank you. So I'm gonna find a picture of Flygron so I can draw him properly. Flygron
And whatnot.
and what?
If
No,
Moral been remade in 2D, which style would be best for it? I think that's something that could be subjective. Does
Alright,
anybody want to answer that question?
what was the
8-bit
question?
all day.
What was the question?
Someone asked, Clovestar asked if Moral Oral had to be remade in 2D, which style would be best for it?
I'm gonna bring out my animation purist here and say none, because Moral Oral exists to be in stop motion. Sorry to party poop, but that's just how
Very
it was
fair.
made. That's the DNA of it. You'd have to change everybody's names.
Wrong. Right answer is 2D or 8-bit. Sorry, you're wrong.
Moral Oral Chiptune Edition.
Exactly.
Okay, time to draw.
Then Bowser comes in for no reason.
Flyron. Right, I like the shape of his head. It's like a wait. I got the wrong.
What would happen? What would happen if Oral met Cartman? I'm gonna not answer that question.
I like that beard.
Real quick, while Wes is getting set up here, I just wanted to take a second to go over one of the charities that we are, that the funds from the zine are going to be going to, which is the Trevor Project. Trevor Project provides counseling support for LGBTQ plus youth 24/7 all year round. They also conduct research studies to equip policymakers and other LGBTQ plus youth facing professionals with the tools they need to change hearts, minds, and laws. And Flyground is a great character to be drawing for this moment here.
He volunteers with them probably. I don't know
For
how
sure.
effective he is at his job, but like, well, it's not his job because we decided he works at Blockbuster. I think the hood had like kind of a wizard shape at the back.
Yeah, it was like a little flowy. What a fun one-off character. Oh, somebody actually has a question for David.
I just answered. Grounded.
Oh, you can answer on the stream, David. You don't have to type in the chat.
What was the question?
Yeah, you can elaborate a little bit. We gotta fill the air somehow.
Sure. People ask me this one a lot, and I only recently rewatched the series, and yeah, Grounded checks all the boxes for me. It's one of the sillier episodes, which I really like. It's got that season 2 wackiness, but it hits a really profound note at the end, and it balances it really well. It was really well directed by Cameron Beatty. I love the cinematic look of it. Like, there's a lot of great shots, like when he's running outside in the storm and so many other shots. There's a lot of fun in that one. When he gets electrocuted, the little electric shock, like that's really cartoony. Stuff like that. I love that episode. He's just trying to kill himself. That's Orel to me to the T. So yeah, solid. And the music at the end is great too. I really like that little piece. Dino encountered a woman who makes music, and he said, "I'll put your music on the show," and he did. So it's a really good episode. But I mean, they're all good episodes. There's no bad episodes. It's pretty cool to have a series like that. But that is probably my favorite.
Yeah. You mentioned that before, Sena, that it's so unusual to have a show where every episode is just a banger.
Yeah, like I really couldn't say that any of the episodes of the show have really bored me. Like it and even on rewatches, there's really not any that I skip.
There's always something in every episode.
Exactly. And if not, then I'm gonna look in the background and I'm gonna find something to like about it. But usually it's quite that's after I've already watched the main part of it a dozen times.
See.
Real quick, let's see. I thought someone asked a question.
Yes, I like Weezer. Hold On is a great song. Or Hold Me? Whatever. That song. That's a great song.
Oh yeah, since people are talking about it, if you don't know, there is a reanimated project for Grounded. I believe it's still open for people to join it. People are mentioning it in the chat here. It is I'm not personally part of it, but I know some people who have been, and it's cool to see all that. It'll probably be really, really cool all put together to see all the different art styles and everything. If that's something you're interested in, I think they still have slots. I'm not 100% sure.
I think so. I've been on that project ever since its conception, and I'm really hoping we will be able to complete it soon, and get all the parts filled out.
Yeah, there was a lot of like section. It's like how many seconds per person?
Um,
Oh, someone said I want to ask which one of you is which before I lose track. I'm Senna, the resident. Never mind. Go ahead.
I'm Wes.
I'm David.
I'm Bree.
My name is Justin.
I'm Cherry. I don't talk often.
Yeah, he's watching you. Why is there going to be a reanimated episode of Grounded? Is it just a passion project thing? If not, I'm very excited for it. It's a fan project.
Yeah.
So it's it's just that was the episode that they decided on. I don't know too many details of the project. If anybody else does, if they want to chime in on that, it's for funsies.
Awesome clips. It looks amazing.
Is there anything? Oh, is this drawing done?
Yeah, this drawing's done, but the next one we're waiting on because we don't know how to get in contact with this person besides emailing them. So should we just email them?
This is your opportunity to donate if you have not yet and get yourself a drawing from one of our wonderful
Oh, okay. Wait.
artists.
So Bree just shared those. Bree, is that the character?
Yes, that's the character.
Okay. All right. So we're gonna Cherry, the
Yes.
character that's currently in donation receipts. Can you draw them with Doey? Because now it's your
Yes.
turn.
Yes, of course.
Oh, it's okay. We have a question for Justin. For Justin says, have you measured the height of the puppets you have? If so, have you considered posting the heights?
Oh, yeah, I measure them all the time. That's what I was doing earlier today. No, I've never thought about posting them online, but I have measured them. We actually just did a live stream on our Instagram page going over this because one of the newer props that we got, or the puppets that we got, we couldn't tell if it was an adult or a child. So we had
Really?
to measure what we knew was an adult and what we knew it was a child and kind of make our best educated guess off that. Also kind of put into play how the puppet was used in the episode. So if it was kind of further back from the camera, it would make a little bit more sense that he might be a little bit taller. Like if like one of the students sitting in the desk, if they're in the background, they might want to be visible so
like-
they're not blocked. So we've had to do some measurements like that, but other than that, that's about it.
Was that the blonde puppet? Or was that a different one?
I'm looking right now. It was the larger background puppet. It was the most recent post that we made on our Instagram page.
You want me to measure? I have my puppets here.
Yeah, have a puppet measuring contest right now.
I'll be right back.
There's different sizes though. I mean, if they want to know like a certain size for something, just just get a hold of me and I'll let you know and I'll send you some measurements of what they are. I know we've had some people ask about making like full-blown scans so people can do 3D replicas though. I don't know if we'll be jumping on that, but just some general measurements we can always send over if need be if you're trying to make a replica or something.
Cherry, were you able to see the characters?
No, yeah, I'm kind of waiting for the for Wes's art to be hidden on stream because I'm
believe you
scared
have
of
to
drawing
hide
over it.
yourself. Oh, Grave, are you able to move us to the next canvas?
Okay, yeah, I'll start now. Sorry, I was waiting.
We had a couple questions in here we can go through. Okay, someone said,
What was the
Is
best
it-
things you and Dino did, David?
well, you just skipped one, but yeah,
Oh, sorry. What is?
I didn't know if David was still AFK.
Oh,
is it-
I'm measuring Clay. He's just over 10 inches tall. And Orel's around here somewhere. I'll find him later. Measure him for whoever asked that.
And then somebody else asked, oh, sorry, go ahead, David.
No, that's it. What's the question? Sorry.
Oh, someone just else asked, is it true that a lot of the puppets were actually destroyed or were they just lost? If anyone knows.
They were set for demolition, believe it or not. We were not allowed to keep things, and it was the darndest thing. These puppets and sets found their way into our homes. It's like a magical fairy overnight just gave them away. It's so weird. So
yeah, I think those enter offices at night and they take everything.
it's the magic of animation. So that's how that happened, and I don't know much more than that. But they were intended to be destroyed because they are the property of a company that ended the show. And I know that sounds really villainous. I'm not trying to make a bad name for certain companies, but that was just what it was intended. But luckily, those little champs found their way into our hearts and our homes. So
I think they came to life. I think that's like
yeah,
Toy Story.
yeah. Well, that's a
Yeah.
documentary. That's a
Yeah.
real thing that happens. That's why there's 4 of them. So, so yeah. Luckily, they were spared. They're beautiful, and they should be cherished forever.
I'm glad that that some were able to survive the purge though, because I mean it
The
would be such a
rapture.
shame. It would be such a shame for all those, beautiful like works of art to just be like demolished. Like
Yeah,
it's
not just the
horrible.
puppets, but the sets. Like I was
Yeah,
witness to the
everything.
sets being literally thrown into a dumpster. It was
Oh,
heartbreaking.
that is
And it's
just I can't imagine.
you guys, you gotta pause the show and look at the detail. The set builders, the props, the like the paint job on everything. It's incredible. Like especially when there's like grime and stuff, like the alleyways. It's so beautiful. It's amazing to think that this came from nothing. It's all handmade.
To
Yeah,
give a
it's
little self plug, if you guys check out our website, which I'm sitting here trying to update right now, if you go into the pictures section and you look at some of the behind the scenes photos that we have there, you'll get an idea on how detailed some of these sets are. Recently, we just got contacted by a guy named Nick who did the behind the scenes photos for the before Orel um, filming, and he did a bunch of photos behind the scenes. We have a bunch on the website right now, but he sent everything over to us. And those photos, I think, really do a good job to kind of really make you understand the scale of everything. When you're seeing like a 6 foot tall adult man sitting on, like, next to Orel's grandfather's house, you're just like, this thing is massive. And just the amount of detail is really, really great. I think, like David said, watching the show, you can appreciate it, but I think seeing some of those behind the scenes photos really give you a whole different perspective where you're just like, this is it's jaw dropping the amount of detail that they put into the show. It's just definitely a labor of love, to say the least.
yeah, definitely also I think one of the things that really put it into perspective for me was that video that you guys got from Britta of the
Oh yeah.
behind the scenes stuff. I mean, I just wish they would have been able to film more. I'm sure there's personal videos out there, but just to see really the scope of what everything looked like and the uh the process of it all. It's so much larger than I feel like some people would picture with how small they feel like the puppets are. It's like it's really interesting.
Yeah, I really wish that there was a way to display the tiny little bit of things that are still floating around. And like David said, a lot of this stuff was destroyed, and even some stuff was repurposed. But for the mass majority of things, it's not around. But there are still a few things floating around, and I really hope that one day they'll be donated to a place that will be preserved where people can go and see them, or something. Because seeing the stuff in person is pretty crazy, and it's a tragedy that some of the stuff we won't see ever again. Boo hoo.
Yeah, it's like it should have been in
So,
a museum.
here's another question. David, this person wants to know, do you know how well taken care of the Florence puppet was? I noticed in the series she has 2 different outfits.
I do not offhand know the condition of that puppet. No.
So
I will say
nobody
this:
kept
if you
her.
go to a florist shop, if you ever go to a florist and you see those like stands, those typically white and they have like wire arms, those are what we put the puppets in to stand them upright. So in the puppet department, you would just see a bunch of floral stands with these puppets, and it's the perfect height. Uh, Speaking of, I just found the Orel puppet. He is just shy of 8.5 inches tall.
Oh wow.
So there you have it. That's a kid's scale. But no, I don't know much more about that, about Florence.
Were all the puppets the same? Like all the adult puppets, they're pretty much the same height, right? And all the children puppets are pretty much the same height, or did they have actual differences based on modeling?
Pretty sure there was, basically two heights
Yeah.
for production purposes, because unless it was a specific, custom build, it's just the fastest way to fast track. And like we mix and match the bodies and the heads, and there were only so many models. There was like I think 5 different head shapes at first, and like there's the fat body, skinny body, basic body, and so you could just mix and match as best you can or do a custom build. But yeah, it's just basically 2 heights.
Makes
Over
sense.
here that I'm seeing in my case, I'm seeing 3 heights, and it's
Ooh.
kids, accidentals, and adults. At least that's what it looks like from the little collection we have.
What's an accidental, like Shavy? Zing.
Oh my
No.
god.
I think it would be like one of the background characters. Yeah, one of the background characters.
Maybe a character who hasn't been assigned a voice actor.
Yeah, like if you guys check out our Instagram page, like the last 2 background characters we saw, those 2 are the blonde hair is the same size as a child, but the larger one is not the same size as a child or an adult. So there is a middle one. And then I've also got something else to reference that I can't say because it's top secrets. Don't ask me. But I'm just kidding. But that one is also the same size as this accidental too. So
Oh wow.
but yeah, all the adults, like David is saying, like they all look the same exact size. I mean, there might be like a difference because somebody's got a hat or something, but it looks like they're all the same. What is it, David? Armature? Or
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
So all the women and men are the same height.
Pretty much. Someone commented they can't believe there's only like an 1.5 inch difference. That is good direction. People like McKay was the dominant director, knows how to stage these puppets and make Orel look small when he needs to, and yeah, just really good staging.
Yeah, it's I feel like the film work and stuff for that all does a lot for it, right? How you position them.
Yep.
All
I
right.
got nothing to add. Yep.
That's
What
the thing
happened?
that's the thing that threw us off when we were when I was mentioning the incidental puppet in the background because of the depth and where the camera was held. We couldn't tell. It's like, wait, is that the same one? I mean, he's a kid. He should be the same size of a kid, but it all came down to how everything was framed. And that's one thing that I don't think people really understand on how well this show does with framing just in general and how they're able to really create a lot of depth with a very small amount of room. And again, if you check out those background scenes, you'll see that one little shot, it's there's not they're big, but there's not much room to work with. It's not like it's, something that would be in real life. So it really is a testament to everyone behind the camera. It's
Exactly.
an
Hey,
outstanding
I
job.
love this discussion, but I just got wind that we need to take a quick maintenance break for a second. We'll be right back.
All right, guys, welcome back. We just had to take a short break there, recalibrate, but we are live. We're gonna get
Right.
back into these drawings soon, but we will
Okay,
review a couple of the
alright.
questions in the chat as well.
Grave, did you switch back to the draw pile or there we go. Awesome. So we got a question. We had a few questions actually. Someone asked David, what did you think of the script / unproduced episodes, Raped, Narcissism, and Abstinence?
Okay, this is gonna sound really bad, but just please use context. Raped was good. That was a good script. Please use context. Narcissism, I actually don't remember. I legitimately don't. There were a few other ones that were lost. I'm surprised you didn't mention, but yeah, the R word one was fantastic, and then Abstinence I fell in love with when I first read it. It's one of the silliest episodes. It's so cartoony. Reminds me of season 2, and that is why Organa Ignis and I made it after the fact. We made that from a little. If you haven't seen it, it's floating around the internet somewhere.
I need to know, you weren't paid for that. Is that
No.
true? No, that was a
Yeah.
passion project.
Oh my
Passion
God.
all the way.
Amazing.
Yeah, so it was the head of department meeting when we got the call that the show is canceled, and for abstinence. So that means we had a count for all the puppets. We had a sense of like all the numbers we need to go into production. Nothing was built yet, but we had done the voice records and created what's called a radio play. And I was directing that one, and I boarded it. And so when that call came in, abstinence didn't make the cut for the remaining 7 episodes because it was just kind of a throwaway, silly, doughy episode. So because I was kind of hurt by it being just sort of started, it just barely got off the ground, Dino proposed the idea that we make it on our own without the puppets and the sets because, like we talked about, those were MIA. So we figured it out with cardboard and clay, and a lot of people love to comment. They're like, why does it look so crappy? And it's like, well, because we made it from scratch. But we did have the actual voice records, and we had, I think, about 2 months. The studio was on hiatus, and the studio manager said, if you treat this like a real production, you can do it. So I was this is my second time directing. I had just done Honor, and I was like, all right, let's treat this like a real production. And we really tried to knock it out. And I was working on Robot Chicken at the time, same studio. So I'm working full time on Robot, and then I jump off that onto Abstinence, and Morgana was animating all day, and I would come and check the shots, and sometimes we'd animate till 4 a.m. Slept at the studio a few times, and it was great. It was one of the hardest things I've ever had to do to complete it in time, and we did. And I'm happy with how it came out. There's some shots I would fix, of course. I'm not a DP. I don't know how to light things. Like, our puppets were literally melting under the lights. There's shots that are blown out. One of the puppets got like literally baked in the light because it's made of clay. So we were learning on the fly how to light these things. That last shot where it's the street with all the little individual lights in the houses, that took me like 4 hours to light. I don't know what I'm doing. I was guessing, but it was the most passion project ever. It was so much fun.
It turned out good.
So thank you. I didn't mean to make this about absence. It was about the scripts, but I love that script. So we made it, had to see it through.
Awesome. I actually had a question since you did say, you didn't ask about the other ones. There were not scripts for the other ones though, right? The ideas, like the concepts, those were just concepts, or were there scripts began to be written for some of those other episodes?
I'm holding the script for Raped right here. There's that one. Narcissism, I don't remember.
Narcissism did have a script,
as we
and
understood.
that was on Dino's MySpace, I think, or
They're on the website.
It was in one of the they did a live reading of it once.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, right, that one. Yeah, okay, so I didn't know about that at the time. I think I saw that as well, like somewhat recently, but like back in.
But like if you weren't directly on writing it, then you probably wouldn't have known about it, right?
Well, Dino and I talked a lot about the writing. He's extremely kind, and he shared a lot of the scripts with me before it came to boards. He was very open and be like, "What do you think of this?" And we'd see the index cards on the wall with like different ideas for different episodes. Somewhere there's got to be a behind-the-scenes photo of that corkboard with all those index cards. That's a treasure trove.
Oh wow!
But
I think we've seen that.
yeah, there's a lot of great stuff on that wall that never made it.
I was so curious about some of the ones that didn't have scripts. Do we want to get into a next drawing before we start yapping too much?
Sure. So I think we've cycled back to David now. And
Cool.
yours, David, is gonna be it's gonna be from Layla Anderson. Huh?
Nothing.
Oh, it's gonna be from Layla Anderson. Please draw Orel saying "Go Team Orel."
Hey.
Cool.
Hey. That's a welcome surprise. Thanks.
Okay.
Woo-hoo.
What should he be doing though?
Look at that. The universe is turning around, David. Look at that.
Look, Everyone, Justin asked me to draw the logo, and I told him I was busy. So this is kind of hilarious.
That's
Term
oh,
stabled.
I
That
swear
is
to God,
amazing.
I did not know this was happening either. So this just makes my night. That's
The
hilarious.
Lord works mysterious whatevers. So
He does. He does. Wow.
it really was too busy, but here we are. All right, I'm gonna do you one better because it wasn't specified what's he's doing or what's he's doing. Jesus. Let me tell you, folks, live streaming makes one an idiot. So I'm gonna draw Orel in his goth mode.
Yeah.
Because why not?
Ooh,
That was something that I think a lot of people were
okay.
excited for
Something
to
I
see.
wanted.
Hopefully, we will see it.
Was he more like goth or Christian death metal? Because there's a difference.
Yeah, I like to go glam goth, but like I imagine he was goth like Joy Division wearing polo shirts was goth once upon a time. So like I would imagine Oral's goth phase doesn't look anything like this. This is why I'm living out my dream of seeing a Orel that listens to Dima Bajir or something like that. Cradle of Filth. So shout out
Do
to
we
the
have
metal
the
fans out
canvas?
there.
Is there
So
already
we
drawing
have a
going on? Because we don't
question.
see it on the canvas.
We have a question
Oh,
for
is it not on the canvas?
Brave. You're
Hold on one
not.
second. We're having some. We're
no,
having a technical
it's
difficulty.
just not. It's just lagging. It's just lagging.
Is it?
Oh,
There it is.
I
I
don't
see it.
well then you're in for a treat when it shows up. This is
So
fun.
we have a question for Justin.
Hey.
The question was, I was also wondering if Team Orel would ever consider putting the scripts on your website. These scripts are always just floating around. It would be neat to have a place for them to stay.
They are. If
They
you go
are.
to
I
our
think
Yeah, I was
website,
gonna say I thought they
one
were.
was there.
yeah, go to the episode breakdown section and then scroll all the way to the bottom, all the way down, all the way down, and you'll see that there are 2 PDFs there for you to download. And there's actually a photo there from the live reading. As you can see, they're playing with all the puppets that are there, but both of them are there. You can download them. If you have any problems, just send me an email and I'll walk you through it. But I believe both of them are good to go and available for your reading pleasure.
Oh, this is an interesting question. Hold on. Somebody said. I want to answer this one, but I don't. This is my inference, so I will answer it, and then if anybody else has thoughts on that, they can say it as well. Someone said in the episode Elemental Oral, where Oral catches his parents swinging, how come Roberta talks to the daughter, who is probably around 2 to 3 years old normally, and even replies to her unlike Shapey? Because she's not Shapey, I feel like Shapey specifically. My interpretation was that she I feel like awkward waxing about my own theories about stuff in front of someone who actually worked on the show, but yeah, I just feel like it's for her like that's like Shapey's like a memory about Danielle and all that. This little girl is just some random little girl.
It's the emotional baggage.
Yeah.
I mean, you might be right. I don't know. That could be true.
I love this framing so far in this drawing.
So there was a question for David. I don't know if this was already answered. What was your favorite episode to storyboard? Also, what was the storyboarding
He
for
answered
Alone
that.
like? Okay.
Oh no.
already-
Oh no. I'm so sorry. I totally just gave you the wrong
Yeah.
information. Go ahead and read it.
I imagine it was quite different from the others. So, what do you think?
Oh, I actually didn't board Alone. I'm trying to remember who did. I did like some of the revisions for it, and I was lucky enough to do the 2D animation, the silhouette in Sculptum's bathroom. I was working on Honor, and I was boarding that, and I got like most of season 3, but I don't think I think I just did revisions on Alone. So that one I can't say too much about. But as far as my favorite one to board, Turn the Other Cheek is probably the answer, because there were moments in the script that weren't really figured out, and I had to like it just is a Rube Goldberg-esque machine that punches Orel in the face. I got to design that punching device. I was actually trying to think logically, like how could this work? Like how could this thing actually punch him? And I even thought about building it at one point. Wait, sorry, what's this drawing supposed to say? Go Team Orel?
Yeah, go Team Orel.
Yeah, Turn the Other Cheek was lots of fun. Second would be Presents for God, because we got to go to Otherton, and there's a lot of deleted stuff from that sequence in Otherton, but drawing like a parallel to
Presence for God
Moralton.
was
You
it
mean
was
Sinville?
Sinville. It was Sinville.
Oh, Sinville. Sorry. Thank you. Whoops. Yeah, Sinville. Lots of fun in Sinville, and lots of fun characters, but also Presence for God and Turn the Other Cheek. Also, Turn the Other Cheek. It's really fun to draw Orel beating the shit out of his dad. That was a lot of fun for me.
That we love watching that. That
yeah,
I
that was.
feel is a masterful moment in animation history and should be
I love all the little
celebrated.
quirks.
And
It's
kudos to the
all the
animator.
little
I'm
things.
not positive who the animator was on that. Might have been Sionic or Sylvan Forest or Liz Harvatine. I'm not positive, but it came out way better than my boards. Like, I got to have fun with the boards, but they took it to 11. So always props to the animators.
So cool.
Do you have any lines that you repeat from the show?
No prob is a regular in my house.
No problem.
That's a good one.
There's a lot of other ones. Good soy bun, good soy. That's one of my favorites.
I started saying that more recently.
And I have a son now. I have a 6-week-old. He's 6 weeks today, and I'm
congratulations.
curious.
Aw.
Thank you. And I'm not going to become Clay, but I might start quoting him. If it's appropriate, the good ones. Like, he's got some good lines, but we'll see what happens with this little guy.
Aw.
What if his first words are from Moral Oral?
Aw.
His words are going to be hallelujah.
The other key.
Kidding. No, his first words are going to be fuck AI.
Oh. Yeah. Bring
That's
that
all
one
he
back.
hears. All he hears in my house.
We have another question. Is it true that Justin Yates is the greatest musical genius of our time?
Oh, jeez. Yes. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Justin, did you write
Clap
that?
for
That's not an
Justin.
actual question, is it? Did that come through?
No, it was.
Somebody asked it.
No, it was. It
That's
was.
hilarious.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, thank you. And I am. Thank you.
Yeah.
Got my new album. Thanks.
Where can we buy it, Justin?
You can't yet.
Oh.
You can check out my website though. You go to justinyates.com. I have these insane package deals with apparel and toys and all kinds of funny,
Wonderful.
crazy, cool stuff. It's kind of funny, as you guys were working on gigantic packages, I'm sitting here like putting together gigantic packages myself. So we've all been kind of busy. But check it out. Go to justinyates.com. New CD, full band, got some cool people on it. It's awesome. And I killed myself making it, and I hope you guys enjoy it.
Awesome, Justin. Definitely go check it out.
Thanks for the plug too, mystery person.
It was you,
Oh,
wasn't
hey.
it?
Yeah, he
Yeah.
planted that one. I saw him.
I've been quiet this whole time making an like a burner YouTube account. Hey,
Someone asks, was there ever concept art of Goth Oral? I cannot remember if this was the case. I mean, I think I'm looking at some right now.
Yeah, this looks like, yeah. Well, I mean, in our hearts, yeah, this is it.
My knowledge, no. The goth thing we never got to see really come to fruition, so I don't think there was. But here we go. Yeah.
Yeah, we'd love to see it.
We have a question that's, what are some things you want to see in the Moral Oral movie? I mean, I'll come out and say it. I wish Clay and Blaberta would get divorced. I know it probably won't happen, but
I mean, Christina. I just want to see more of Orel and Christina.
Oh yeah.
Oh
I
yeah.
want to see that too.
yeah. I mean, I'd love to see Christina on her own, just not in relation to Orel. I'm curious about what her life is like. We speculate.
Yeah, of course.
I could ramble about this one for a while, and I think that they could approach the topic from a lot of different ways that would make fans happy. And I think they could also abandon everything that we've seen and go from a different angle or a different direction. But I think, pushed against a wall, anything that we can see leading up to the ending that we saw, seeing more things with, even if we didn't get the goth phase, just seeing more of his relationship, him making the turn, him finding that way back, finding peace to some degree. If we can get that a little bit sprinkled in there, I almost personally don't care what angle it comes from. I just think that would be just a nice little touch.
Yeah, for sure.
It would just I think it'd be comforting, and that's coming from somebody who likes the ending, and I'm perfectly okay with what the ending is. But it's like, man, if they're gonna tell that story again, if they could just show, I don't know, a few of those connections happening, I think it'd be really, really cathartic for those who wish they knew how it happened. Like
Yeah.
how did he feel okay enough to hang those photos on his wall? You know what I mean? Like what was it that brought him that clarity or that peace or whatever you want to call it? And I think for the people who really identify with it, that's something that they search for too. And I think that's something that they could really relate with and something to pull at the heartstrings, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of things that we could see. Is
I think this is
this one
done if
done?
you want to move on. Yeah, let's move
Awesome.
on.
Okay,
I
we
think
can move to the
that's
next one. We got a question that correlates well with with the next request, I believe.
Oh.
Yeah, we'll move on. Is
Do you
it
have
Bree?
any yes, it is Bree's turn.
It's
Yeah, but I
me.
think we could wait for Bree to start drawing to ask this one because it correlates a little bit.
Okay.
Okay, let me start. I yeah. Here we go. All right.
All right. The question is, do you have any information on the Roger Papermouth affair storyline and the Nurture episode with Shapey?
I think that only David can answer that, right?
Yeah.
He's
All
still
right.
doing some stuff.
My thing cut out. What was the question again?
On stream and private.
The question, hold on, are we wait, do we need to do a little moving thing first?
Oh, I'll let me see something. I don't
It
know
seems a
what
smidge laggy from my end.
Yeah.
Sorry guys, might be having some slight technical difficulties.
In the meantime, I'll use this as a shameless plug. I just updated teamorel.com pretty much from the ground up. I'm also updating the Instagram and our YouTube right now. We just had a new logo made by Wes from Moralton University. You guys might be familiar, and it's beautiful. And I just wanted to say thank you very much for your help, and I hope you guys like the new look. It's hilarious. So go check it out.
Woo! Oh, I'm so excited. Real quick, are we moving to the next canvas?
All right, we already have moved to the next canvas.
Oh, it must be me that's seeing it at a later time.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, let's reiterate that question since we're moving on.
That question was, do you have any information on the Roger Papermouth affair storyline and the Nurture episode with Shapey?
No. Sorry. That's all I
No.
got.
That's a
Okay.
short answer.
You heard it here,
But,
folks. No.
let's enjoy this wonderful drawing that Bree's about to make.
That
Oh my gosh, everyone's on me. Everyone's watching me.
Oh my god.
You can do it, Bree.
I'm trying. I was like thinking about like him giving her his like coat, like police officer, whatever. Does he have like okay, hold on. Like something like
I think that's his shirt, but
That's his shirt.
oh my gosh, okay. Want him to be a gentleman.
He would probably give her his shirt, maybe.
Well, I think he'd be dumb enough to give her his I think that helps.
Yeah, that too.
Give her his gun. He'd like lay his gun over a puddle for her.
Yeah.
Like a bridge.
Oh yeah, I'm drawing that.
It's like a little tiny bridge that definitely won't go off when she uses
walk
it.
over this loaded gun.
It'll be fine, yeah. They'll get there.
Of this incredible love story.
I'm fascinated by it personally. I won't wax on about it, but I've spoken about my thoughts on the channel before, obviously, but I think they work. I think it's a very interesting. It fascinated me. It fueled a lot of ideas in my head.
David,
See if we
it
have-
drives me crazy that if you put Orel and Officer Papermouth next to each other, they look more
He looks like
alike.
his dad. He looks like his dad.
Really?
They have the same
Okay,
hair.
I won't say it.
What?
That's awesome.
I'm just saying. Let's see.
You know who looks like Laurel's dad? That guy from the Honda Days commercial.
Don't know if I've seen that.
Look it up.
Honda
Happy
Days?
Honda, Happy Honda Days looks like
Honda
Laurel's
Days,
dad.
Happy Honda Days.
Trying to find it.
Commercial.
There's a kid that looks like Orel on the commercial.
Oh my god, that looks just like Orel.
That's the dad?
Well,
That's the
No,
dad?
that's a grown up. That's Orel at his first internship.
Yeah. He's working at
Oh.
Honda.
Yeah.
So, more questions. Let's see.
All right, another
Also,
question.
the Dino event, I believe it's streaming on the 28th, not the 29th. Someone said it was streaming on the 29th in the chat.
Oh
Pretty sure
yeah,
it's the 28th.
yeah, we should plug that on the
28th.
28th of August, Thursday. If y'all are free, you should like go to Dino's Instagram and see if he can provide a link for the live stream of literally everybody who worked on Moral Oral who's going to be performing at Baker Falls and singing songs from the series. What do you think of that, huh? You
And
guys
I will be
excited?
Cool
there
stuff.
via
It's
Zoom.
monumental. Yeah, so I assume that not everyone's going to be there in person. It said some people are going to be on Zoom.
Yep.
So wish I could go, but unfortunately I have other plans. Too close.
So we have a question for David. Do you have any advice for storyboarding for animation? I'm an animator myself, and I always want to jump into the full thing. You take it because it's for you.
Well, I want to hear what you have to say about it, actually. But
Well, what
you
I
go
have to
first,
say is
actually.
that you actually shouldn't jump into the full thing. You have to plan it out on a smaller scale and feel out how it looks. Just as thumbnails before you do the whole thing. You don't want to go into detail with any certain panel until you know exactly how it plays out together as a sequence. And
Yeah,
yeah.
Sorry, I cut you off. Go ahead.
No, that's pretty much how to start storyboarding. That's where people trip up, is that they go immediately into doing like the first really detailed panel.
Yeah, and I think that's a good rule for most production, regardless of storyboarding, but like writing, again, like don't just start writing well, you have to write that first sentence to get the ball rolling, but like think structurally, think about where it's going to go, what's the arc. You can't just write this happened and then this happened and then this happened. There should be structure, there should be act structure, and the same can be true with boards to some respect. You need to think about the scope of the movie or the project, in this case, Moral Oral, the show. Think about where it's going to go, cinematically. Are you going for... Because a lot of Moral Oral looks the same. That was the point. It looks like David and Goliath, but it looks like a sitcom from the 60s. And some of it's intended to be flat, very vaudeville, so that when it does go cinematic, it has a place to go. So you kind of do have to know where it's going to go. You have to think ahead, and the writing is everything. You have to know the script. I would never advise to just start boarding without having that sense of scope and I guess perspective, like where it's going to go. Like nature, I had to know how it was going to end before I could start it, and we started it very safe, and yeah, safe is the word. And then it became more Dutch angles, more low angles, far more scary. And so yeah, that's a good tactic. Just plan ahead. And as far as like boarding right now, I'm being serious. It's a scary time for board artists because of, what, that darn robot, So I would be the one thing they can't do is replace the human touch. If you're going to do boards, bring something, and it's hard to say what that is anymore. Like, what is the human touch? Because AI can do so much. But continuity, it sucks with that. It's terrible with continuity, and it sucks with details. And if you're going to be a board artist, bring ideas. Sometimes they don't like that, but in the case of like working with Dina was the best because, and McKay and so many other directors I've worked with over the years, they encourage my ideas. I bring some jokes I can even write, and they are very welcoming of that. And that's something the computer can't replace. So try to think outside the box, bring ideas, think creatively, even character designs. I got to help with that. And this is a long answer, I'm sorry, but it's my career, so I take it very seriously. Try to make sure that what you do can't be replaced.
Yeah, a production where you get to wear a lot of hats, I feel, is more fulfilling than being stuck just doing the one thing in your cubicle.
Yeah, and there is a lot of storyboard work that is that we call the pencil pushing job. You're just a pencil pusher, and sometimes that's what it is. You're just basically doing the bare minimum creatively, but it's still a job. Not all jobs can be the creative funhouse that Moral Orel was, but it doesn't mean it's bad. Sometimes it can be fine. Go in, you basically punch in, you do your job. You don't really get to chime in any creative ideas, but you do get to get paid to draw. So that's pretty fulfilling. But it is nice when you get to throw in. Some people don't even want that. Some people aren't really terribly creative. They know how to board, but they're not like gonna think outside of that, and that's just fine with them. And to them, I say kudos. Find what makes you happy.
So here's another question for you, David. What was the vibe of working for Adult Swim? Opinion on the work studio. Did you get to meet other show creators while working? Also, congrats. I assume the congrats is about the baby.
Well, thank you very much. He's so cool. Working for Adult Swim, we're based out of Los Angeles at Shadow Machine, and we would have interactions like Keith Crawford would come by. The main person involved was Nick Weinfeld, and Nick was great. Nick had really good notes. He is a very smart person who had notes that would change the writing, and often he had, I think, a pretty good idea, like, well, this could be improved, or does this take away from something? And he would challenge the writing occasionally, not all the time, because Dino's a damn good writer, but Nick's notes were appreciated. And then there was Ollie Green at Adult Swim, and Ollie was wonderful. Overall, things were pretty good with Adult Swim. I mean, they let us make the show in the first place. I say us. I mean, Dino's the one who sold it. I didn't even come on board until season 2. But the vibe was okay until season 3 when it started getting a little shaky, and we all know how that ends. But Shadow Machine, where this show was actually made, was awesome. It was a lot of fun, and it was kind of like the Old West in terms of what would be allowed today. Like, it was a very free, wild place. It was a very fun, felt like you were making a project with friends. It didn't seem as official as something getting on TV. It was weird when I'd see what we had made on TV, and it was like, holy shit, we're making an actual TV show here. Like, it just feels like we're hanging out, bunch of dorks in a building playing with puppets. But so the vibe was really good. I know it was hard hours for the animators. I had probably the cushy end of it because storyboarding is not nearly as hard as animating. Not to say it's easy, it's hard too. I had late hours, but those animators, they had to knock out something between like 9 and 15 seconds a day sometimes. So, and it's hot. It's really hot in there, especially in the summer. So, but it was fun. It was very fun.
Yeah, I think a lot at the time, the vibe of Adult Swim was a lot geared towards maybe reminding the adult audience of the shows they used to watch when they were kids. So you would see a lot of these Space Ghost and Harvey Birdman. They would be these shows that reuse characters from the Warner Brothers vault, their vault of IP. And I guess Moral Orel kind of fits into that if you think of it as like visually parodying Davy and Goliath.
Yeah, and very sitcom-y. A lot of sitcom-y kind of material on Adult Swim at that time. Even the weirder stuff, still like Squidbillies, had a very sitcom look to it in a way. Well, maybe not look to it, but tone.
Here's a question. What character do you think is the most mischaracterized in the fandom?
Oh, that's a
I
tough
don't know
one.
how privy to the fandom's goings on you are, or of the fan art that gets made.
I have no idea. You were
No idea.
mentioning it earlier. Somebody was mentioning they don't like the wolf clay comparison, and I
That was me.
okay. That's about as
um
much as I know about the fandom.
uh
In this
but
character.
I guess we're the ones that are chronically online in that sense, Wes.
well, it's because we're the ones like looking at other people's work a lot and kind of making our own.
I mean, I guess we can answer it. I mean, this is just our opinion, but my obvious answer would be Vilberta, but she doesn't really get a lot of art, so.
I mean, I think both Clay and Orel get mischaracterized a lot by the fandom. Mainly, I don't know how this is gonna sound, but I think people, because the show deals with these topics that are, not a lot of shows deal with topics of domestic violence and abuse. People have a tendency to project onto the characters, and I don't know. I guess like the mischaracterization depends on whether the artist writing for the character or drawing the character relates more to Clay or whether they relate more to Orel. Um, so I guess that's my thought on it.
On a
Yeah,
personal
I
note, I
just
would love to see more art of lesser known characters. Like I would
Yes.
love to
Oh
see
my god. Oh
like
my
I want
god.
to see some Don No Hammers art or something like
yes,
that.
Oh my god.
love
Mr.
that.
Shruggington.
When we
Like,
were
that
when
would
we
be fun.
were gathering art for the zine, when we were trying to get artwork for the zine, we had to put out this thing saying, "Hey, we have enough of the Puppingtons." And the characters that we got the most of were both Clay and Orel. Like it was just Clay and
Well,
Orel, Clay and
yeah,
Orel, Clay and Orel.
that's like a given. Like that's what people get the most out of the show because they're featured the most in the show. But
um,
yeah, we got a good amount of, I think, most of Puppington's. Shapey was left out quite a bit, but I understand not everyone's gonna have ideas for him. But
yeah,
we really pushed to try to get some of those extra background characters, and a good I think we got a good selection in the zine. We have quite a bit.
we got as many characters as we could get in there.
Great.
This is so cute, by the way, Bree.
Oh, thank
So,
you.
Bree, this is
Lady.
amazing.
Okay, so he has like mud on his pants because he already walked through the puddle to put that.
He would walk straight through it just to. Obviously, that's my favorite side character.
That's so
Excited
cute.
to see more of
Paper Mouth?
him. Yeah, I was excited to see what was going to happen with him and Alberta.
I kind of like Dolly.
He's just a silly, goofy guy.
She had like one speaking role in one episode, and I don't know, she kind of stuck with me.
We love Dolly.
Yeah.
She was in a really good episode, so it
Yeah.
makes
Love
sense
that moment in
to bring it up.
Sacrifice when she walks out. That is such a strong character moment. Love that.
I loved it, especially like having doing like retail or service work. You there's just situations where it comes to that.
You know what? Real quick, I have a question for David. I don't know if you were part of Sacrifice, like in what capacities you were part of Sacrifice, if at all. But was it intentional, in your opinion, that the three men that were in the bar with Clay were all men that Bilberta tried to get with in some capacity, or would be trying to get with?
I feel like that can't be an accident. I definitely noticed that. I boarded that episode. It was really, really fun for me because to me it felt like a David Mamet play. If you know your
You did
plays,
amazing. That was
yeah.
like thematically one of my favorite
That's
episodes.
a great episode.
Like someone's got to perform that on stage. That's
Yes.
a great piece of work to put on stage because it just feels like it. But so boarding that was pretty cool. I think they built 2 separate Forgetties for for that one because we had one, and I think they had to maximize it so that we can get the production done. But yeah, I did notice that at one point. I think it was like years later. I was like, oh, they've all been with Roberta. That just adds to Clay's tension. I feel like that can't be.
I found it so fascinating. It's just.
But did he know? Did Clay know about Paper Mouth? That one he didn't know.
No, that well, it hadn't happened yet.
Well, yeah, it wasn't a thing yet.
Right.
It never got made.
Yeah.
Well, these episodes came out in a different order than they were written, I believe. Season 3 is out of sequence.
Yeah.
Yeah, you kind of have to put the timeline together.
Which
We
is what
tried.
Orel did.
Yeah. But
We
still
do have
fascinating little thing.
we do have one breakdown on our website that we always suggest people to check out. I don't know. Maybe that's something we can bug David to look at, but I don't know if that's the actual intended way to watch season 3, but we stumbled onto something a while ago that we've mentioned in a couple different interviews that we feel that watching season 3 the way that we have gridded out on our episode guide page is, in our opinion, the best way to watch season 3. Obviously, you can watch it whatever way you want, but we think that this is the order that it was intended to be released because, like David said, how it was released on air was all over the place.
Yeah. Well, they released the Christmas episode first. It was ridiculous.
Oh, for the very first season, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that didn't make sense to me.
Back to the previous question, my relation with Adult Swim. It's pretty good, but that was idiotic. Like, what the hell was that?
Yeah, it felt like, to me, it felt like it took out a lot of the impact of just that heel turn at the end of season 1. You're just not expecting it, and then they decide to air it first. It's not a pilot.
People are being thrown into this really dry, painful, dark, like domestically on, just toxic. What the hell? And they have no context. It's just, I don't know what the hell they were thinking. But anyway, yeah, the timeline, Justin, I have seen that. I think you're right about your theory of the order of things. Sundays, season 3, Sundays kind of spells it out, the order of things too.
Yeah, because that takes place over multiple span of time. For those who don't know, if someone wants to link the timeline, if Grave wants to link that for the chat, if they could see that order, since seems like that's pretty close.
We have a question that says, what character was the hardest to write for and who was the easiest? Do you have any thoughts on that, David?
That has to come straight from the writer's mouth, and I only wrote Honor. I think the easiest for me was Doey, because he's kind of the most two-dimensional. There's courtship is like where you get to find out who he is a little more, but I mean, he's pretty much a catchphrase after catchphrase. And he's really fun. I mean, there's not too much depth to him, so I'd say he's on the easy side. And then complex, I mean, how much time you got? Clay, Censored All, like those two, Jesus. Layers upon layers. But yeah, I don't know who Dino would pick.
All right, I think since Bree's done with this drawing, we can move on to the next one. We have one more right now. Definitely still take some time to go to the website, Let There Be Light at Big Cartel. And if you want to get a drawing, you can donate and we'll do a drawing for you.
So we have another question that asks, if I want to display my storyboarding abilities for a portfolio but am bad at writing, can I find a script online from an existing property and board it with my interpretation? What is acceptable? Yeah.
Or try this tactic. Take a piece of music and just board it, preferably a piece of music that hasn't had a music video made yet, and interpret it your own way so that it can't be compared to anything. I would say don't do a famous scene, like don't do anything from Pulp Fiction or anything that like people know. Just try to find something non sequitur that people won't then be comparing it to.
I would actually suggest going to a library and finding like a short play and using something like that. There's some good stuff you can find.
Yeah. Someone asked, Will you make another zine in the future? I think that what we did here is kind of our frame of interest right now. At least for me personally, maybe other people on the team would be involved with other zines, but right now there are no plans.
Still
That's
want to
like a
do like
group.
that parody Moralton cookbook.
Oh, that was a fun idea. I really liked that. Yeah, maybe that. Keep your eye
But
out for maybe some goofy
it
stuff.
would
But yeah,
be in like the style of like, you know, when housewives would get together and make a cookbook made out of like all their recipes, except it's
yeah, like the
formatted like
blue
that, but
cards.
it has all the horrible recipes that are in the show.
Yeah, tuna cones. Yum yum. And but yeah, no, that's a fun little idea. Maybe like small stuff, but nothing to the same scale as this. I mean,
Yeah.
we couldn't have imagined again, like really truly the scope of the fandom and how many people have contributed to this. It blows us away, and all the wonderful people that help work on it. It's just been an amazing process.
So, question, did you guys get a lot of Stephanie? And I assume this is about whether we got a lot of Stephanie fan art for the zine. We actually didn't. She was one of the characters that we got the least of.
What? That's so crazy to
We
me.
It was crazy to me because people love Stephanie, but they don't love her enough to submit fan art of her. I was like begging people, "Hey, this is really cool. Can you submit this?" And people would just not. I don't know what it is.
That's surprising.
Yeah. For David, what are your thoughts on the latchkeys? I feel like they are a lot more complex than people may give them credit for.
Well, the theme of the show is always going deeper and finding the layers of complexity. You know, in my opinion, that's one of the marks of a great show. BoJack did the same thing. You have a very flat, two-dimensional character, seemingly flat, and then you go deeper and you find out they're very complex. So I don't know if they had their own episode. If we got season 4 and 5 and whatnot, we would have probably found out they're a little more complex than they seem. But yeah, they seem pretty dumb on the surface. Seem pretty bland, but I love the idea though that they never basically mentally grew out of high school. That's pretty funny. I don't know if that makes them interesting. That's just a very funny situation.
Yeah. Let's see.
Oh,
this is a good question actually. Honestly, Nurse Bendy is such a fascinating character to me. Was she actually meant to be 24 as suggested in the narcissism script? Not sure if you'd know the answer, but that's always been on my mind.
I think that checks out. I mean, Fakey and her. Wait, no, not Fakey.
no, it
Sorry.
was Dr.
It was
Second
that-
Opinion.
Right. Second Opinion Sin, and she was young, and she's Nurse Bendy. Yeah, she's probably 24. Wow. Creepy.
Yeah, there's just a lot of implications behind that.
Hey David, who do you think Bendy's like who is Stop Frame related to Bendy, or is he related to the Second Opinion Sins? Or was that ever like talked about in the writers' room at all?
That might actually go too far for my memory.
Yeah.
I have a lot of memory of those discussions, but I don't recall that coming up. It's interesting. I never thought about that. Bendy and Danielle.
So it's up to interpretation, basically.
Yeah, I mean, maybe that's a question for the Big D. I don't think I know that one.
Okay.
Yeah, only because it was
Please,
implied that
God, don't ever call him the Big
nephew.
D. That was embarrassing.
No, we're exclusively calling him that now. We're gonna say you told him to call us that, or to call him that.
Well, I'm gonna go kill myself. So thanks.
Everybody, don't seriously, don't do that.
Is that what you call him when you call him up on the phone? You're like, "What's up, Big D? How are you?"
Is that a question? The answer is no. Big D, Jesus Christ. Nope.
Oh goodness. This is a good question. I think I don't know if this is directed at a specific person, probably David, but I guess we could all answer this because it's kind of a fun one. What is your favorite prop from Moral Oral?
think you already answered this.
Did we ask this? I didn't read this
Oh
one.
no, David, you mentioned the Rube Goldberg machine that punches Orel in the face.
Oh, that's pretty good. That's really good. I was going to say there's one that actually got cut. Standards and practices stepped in and stopped us from using it, so I have it. It is a it is a confectionery delight to be shared between Daniel Stopframe and Clay, and it was basically an ice cream cone, but in the cone was 2 scoops of ice cream. Picture if you can, and a banana standing straight up in the middle. So.
Oh,
They wouldn't let
Oh
y'all
my God.
include that? What in
I
the?
cannot believe
So,
this.
I'm looking at it right
Someone's
now.
gonna draw that.
Can you send that? I want to see what that is.
How do I do that? Well, if I can figure out how to do that, sure. But yeah, that's a pretty funny prop.
Funny.
I got to design it, and then they made it, and then we were told, nah. I think the joke was one of them is going to bite the ice cream and then lick the banana.
oh my
Yeah.
God.
Damn.
Wow. You heard it
Yeah.
here,
I don't
folks.
remember what episode that was for, but it had been Honor. I don't know. Oh wait, no, it wasn't Honor. They were not happy with each other in that episode, so I don't remember what that was for. But anyway, pretty funny.
That's something else.
Yeah.
Anybody else have a favorite prop from the show? It's hard to top that one.
I guess that's wow.
I like the hand jack, guys. It's a fun cylindrical object. I tried to make a full-scale version of it. Never finished it, but might happen eventually.
Not a functioning one.
Not a functioning one, to clarify.
It was for cosplay.
Oh, this doodle's looking so cute.
It is so
Aw.
cute.
Thank you.
Cherry, I love your lines.
Well, thank you. That's very specific thing to point out, but I appreciate it.
Also, it's so pleasant how you draw the eyes.
I love everyone's lines. The lines of humanity.
Actually, I'm not like big into making Moral Laurel fan art. I've made like a couple things. I was thinking of doing like last night I was thinking, dude, I should study the art style. I was thinking of doing like a whole page on a canvas, just like trying to draw every character. I didn't do it, so this is all like unprepared.
Well, you're doing great for having
Yeah,
not practiced some of these characters.
it looks
Aw,
great.
Thank you.
Like that looks just like
Well-
Connor's will to me.
So we're waiting on the next donation and request through donation. So while we wait, Sena, could you plug our second charity that we're raising for?
Yeah, of course. Sorry, give me 1 second. So the second charity is the National LGBTQ Task Force. They're dedicated to achieving freedom and justice for lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, queer people, and their families through proactive, targeted, change-inducing initiatives. We can link that in the chat as well.
And right now,
Sorry, I had to laugh at the chat. Sorry.
need them more than ever.
For sure, times are rough.
Can you make a continuation series with his daughter, Moral, Orel's, Laurel's, Moral?
Wow.
That was something that Dan Harmon pitched, wasn't it?
It's a good vocal warm up.
Moral,
Morals,
orals,
morals.
That is a good one. Yeah, I guess we don't have further information on that. If we don't have a donation, does anybody want to do a free draw, or do we want to try to discuss a specific topic? Like, how do we want to push forward here?
Let's do a free draw.
Yeah, who's gonna do it? You?
Okay.
You're
I could
next
do it.
in line. That's why I said.
You guys
Yeah.
would hate my drawing though.
Wait, I gotta find the All right, making a new layer. I will be taking requests from my wonderful fellow streamers.
Who?
Lightning round.
What? How many are we doing?
I don't know until somebody donates.
Yeah, donate or you're gonna be subjected to random horrible things we can come up with.
Yeah, donate or AI wins.
Yeah. Whoever
Well,
wants
here's
to go.
something. Here's something that's worth mentioning. Obviously, people in the chat, send more questions if you can. And here's a little sneak peek from us at Team Orel. When you guys get your books in, which should be coming pretty soon, we actually have some exclusive stuff that we sent for the book that you guys will see before we even post it on the internet. So there's a little sneak peek for you. And I hope you guys enjoy our contributions to the book. I wanted to throw those new fun little things in there. So it's an extra little bonus. So look forward to that one, guys. I'm also sitting here looking at the digital print of this. And I'm so happy that Orel from Orel's Travels was a part of this book because, man, he's been all over the globe, and seeing just his little picture spread makes me full of joy. But aside from that, there is so much good in this book. It is it's ridiculous. Like I'm just having so much fun flipping through these pages. I hope you guys who are listening, when you pick up a book, enjoy it as much as I am, because this is really something special, guys.
Mhm.
Yeah, when we first looked at it, we were just blown away by the full finished like flip through. It's just very very special. And you guys are gonna love it. It's a lot of great stuff in there.
I know we want to keep a lot of the pictures and stuff almost kind of like hush hush until people can check it out, so they get that first impact. But I just got to say the photo by the fire outside is outstanding. There are a few here that is just like, wow, this is wow, really great.
Mhm.
We got some free drawings. Anyone want to make a crazy request in our live, not within our little discussion group here? We got all the Puppintons. Look at them go.
So cute.
You're fast.
I really like how you draw Shapey.
I love how you draw period.
Okay, I was gonna say that.
I'm in the zone.
Oh,
my
Stephanie,
God.
I love you so much.
All right. Well, let's not get too distracted by Wes's beautiful artwork. We're gonna keep talking.
Keep talking, guys.
Wes, you should draw the banana thing in the ice cream. Just kidding. I don't know if that's appropriate.
Oh, no, it's not appropriate for our channel where we talk about moral oral. If Adult Swim said it wasn't appropriate, we just can't air it here. Yeah, I think we're gonna have to not do it. Don't get any ideas.
I have something super nerdy I can mention. We'll have another item that gets popped up on the website here soon. But recently, I was able to acquire some material from Moral Oral. And it sounds really silly because it's just a couple little Tupperware full of clay.
Oh wow, that's
Like
cool though.
some yellow clay or some brown clay. But after some further review, one of them turned out to be Moral's eyebrows.
Moral's
Uh,
eyebrows. You got the Moral's eyebrows?
the
Moral
Moral
itself?
eyebrows. There's a few other ones in there too, so look forward to that. But I thought you guys would find that funny. Because as you may have seen, their eyes were kept in almost like a journal in a little book, but these were like little plastic containers full of little putty. I think the other one was someone's hair, and we have some eyes too. And it's
Oh, wow.
super random, but they are official, and it's really funny to see
But
that
that's
of
like
all things.
fascinating.
Yeah, it's weird that they kind of lived through time, but they're still here, and yeah, really funny to acquire those.
I'm excited to see that. Sounds really interesting, actually. anything y'all are able to get your hands on and put into the world is great, so that everyone can see it.
Well, like you guys said earlier, these things come alive, and we don't know how, but they just they come alive.
Yeah,
I
those
wake up and
eyebrows were like
something's just
inching
they're
through
just
your
under
under your
they're
door
under my pillowcase.
like
They
worms.
just
That's great. A couple other questions I'm seeing in the chat. How did you guys find out about Moral Oral? I don't know. David, how did you find out about Moral Oral?
I got my foot in the door at Shadow Machine to work on Robot Chicken as an intern in 2005. So that ages me. But they were on hiatus. So anyway, 2006, I started as in the puppet department and an assistant animator, but like as an intern on Robot Chicken. And I already knew who Dino and Scott Edsit and most of those guys, Jay Johnston and all these people from Mr. Show, because I was still a big fan of Mr. Show. So I knew Dino's writing from that, TV Funhouse, Conan O'Brien, Ben Stiller Show, all the stuff. And, or no, not Ben Stiller Show, but anyway, Louis, Lucky Louis. So I knew his writing, and when I saw them, I instantly recognized them, and I was starstruck, completely starstruck. And that was my in. And they just finished a few episodes from season 1, and that's when I met Chris McKay. Chris McKay, the future director of the show, but then master editor was like, "Do you want to see a cut from season 1?" And I was like, "Yeah." And next thing I know, I'm watching a stop motion puppet smoke crack, and I was like, "This is the best show ever." I think this just spoke to my soul. I love the show, and I never knew I would get to work on it in such capacity. So I was very lucky to come across it just by circumstance.
Anybody else? I mean, I think we've kind of talked about this in capacity before. I found out about it when it blew up on social media, with the Bendy alone sequence rotating around online. That was kind of, I think, it's not a very special story, but it's just what everybody, I feel like a large chunk of the newer fandom, how they got introduced to the show. I was very impressed by it. It made me so just curious about what the show could have possibly been about. Like, so I went and watched it immediately and binged it. Greatest decision of my life. Anyway. Oh, Bartholomew.
For me, it was a Stephanie edit.
Do you remember the song?
No. I remember seeing the scenes of it, and I wanted to see what that show was about. Specifically, it was like an edit of Stephanie's situation with Kim.
Talking
Oh,
about Close Face?
Yeah, but it wasn't to the song "Close Face."
Oh,
Well, it should have been. Let's see if we have any more questions here. Unless anybody else wants to answer that while I'm scrolling through.
Can I be honest? I don't remember how I got into this show. I feel like I've known it all my life. I don't remember how long ago it's been.
I think for me it was back in 2020. It was like my freshman year of college, and I don't really remember how I discovered it. I think it was because the like nature rant was on YouTube and I watched it and I was like, "What is this show?"
Moral
um
Oral people getting introduced to the show by the most inappropriate clips possible.
I know, right?
It's like, dang, they really give you the bombshell. But I didn't know anything else about the show when I watched it. Just that one sequence, and I'm glad I didn't look anything up.
it was
Yeah, I was
Bendy.
like,
The,
oh,
I'm sorry,
sorry.
go ahead.
Oh, you go, you go, you go.
The clip you're talking about is when Bendy, it
Her
hits a
like
fan with
breakdown
her
scene in
emotionally.
Alone. Yeah.
Yeah, incredible. I just wanted to point out, animated by Salvin Forrest. Really, really solid animator, Emmy Award-winning animator. And he got that scene, and that was a very specific casting for him to animate because he's very good, and he captured that. Oh my God, everything about it. Like the little hair curler falling down, and
Yes.
like little details like the milk splash, and obviously the direction was important. It was pivotal because of the way the angles make things look like things, and yeah, that scene was very conscious of itself. Like they analyzed and thought about it well in advance to make sure it looked as good as it did, and there you go, like paid off. Just want to give credit to the animator and the Chris McKay, writer and director of that.
Yeah, it really left a mark on me. That's why I like immediately ran to watch the show when I was able to. Just great acting, great animation, just super memorable, but also very harrowing. Let's see.
So, did we get another donation receipt?
We
Please draw
did.
Shapey telling his father Clay he has Sigma Riz, no cap, or some form of bring on.
Oh, wow. Wait,
Sure
doesn't David have to draw that?
David has to draw it. David,
But
Wait.
David, do you even know what Sigma Riz is?
Yeah, it's gibberish. But no, I do. I have a nephew, but I come on, help me here. So what are we doing? John Clay.
Wait, we gotta move into the next canvas, I believe, unless I'm behind.
Grave, you gotta hide mine and move on to the next one.
While we're waiting, let me.
I sent a donation as well.
Another one?
Just one. I never sent more than one.
Oh,
Just one.
I didn't know.
Now
Thank
you
you for
do.
your donation, Justin.
Sure. I'm glad to help.
We're all glad to help because this is a great cause. And speaking of, let me go over the last two charities that we're raising for with this scene, which would be Doctors Without Borders and the Islamic Relief USA. So Doctors Without Borders cares for people affected by conflict, disease outbreaks, natural and human-made disasters, and exclusion from healthcare in more than 75 countries. And the Islamic Relief USA provides relief and development in a dignified manner, regardless of gender, race, or religion, and works to empower individuals in their communities and give them a voice in the world. Also, a very on-topic couple of causes here.
Right, so who wanted to draw the Shapey?
The Skibbity Rizzler. Oh, I don't know if whoever bought a zine right now is in the live stream, but if you are, thank you so much. Someone bought a standard cover of the zine. And remember, guys, today is the last day. The shop closes at 11:59 PST PM. And there are still quite a few limited editions left. And if you want them, do not wait. It's not going to be coming back, at least not that we know of.
You guys got to let us know what your plans are moving forward so we can try to add something to the website. I know you guys are throwing around ideas with what you'll do, so definitely keep us in the loop.
For sure.
Cool.
Who's drawn Shapey?
So after me, it's David. David, it's
Oh, it's me?
Yeah, it's
Skibbity
your turn.
Rizzler.
Oh man, I'm sorry. Wait, this is a paradox. It says Shapey tells his father Clay. That's not true.
Yeah, that's not his daddy.
Well, as far as Shapey knows, Clay is probably his dad.
I don't think
Maybe.
Shapey knows much. All right, so
Shapey knows food and sustenance and the need for love.
let's try this. Okay. Oh, weird. Things are
Oh, we got a
lagging.
couple more too, so we got a good little queue going here.
Yay.
How many of you here have read Trent?
Me,
I
I
have read
love it.
Me.
It's so fascinating. At first, it really threw me when I read through it, like, I didn't know what to come out of it with. What was your opinion on it, Justin?
Uh, I thought it was great, but I also kind of like the world that all of this sits in because it's so close to home. So it's very bleak nature was familiar. And I was like, this is great. I actually liked it better than I thought I would. Um, but you guys, like, even if you guys haven't read it, you guys are familiar with what we're with this, right?
Yeah.
If for those in the audience who don't know what Trent is, it's I forget what the tagline is used for it. It's a comic that was written by Dino. I don't remember the artist, unfortunately, if someone wants to get that information, but um it features a lot of the vocal talent from Orel in it, of course. And it's like a musical tragedy. It's very interesting.
Yeah, interesting is definitely a good word to use for it.
It
It's
really confused me when I first read it, to be honest. Like, there's a lot of symbolism in it. I feel like was kind of going over my head a little bit.
so I thought this was worth mentioning. I'm working on a few different questionnaires. I've been trying to line up some more interviews, but life is crazy and people are busy, so it's been a work in progress. But I'm lining up a few interviews right now, and something fell into my lap recently, and I thought it was worth mentioning here. Plus, it's probably be add to my questionnaire for Dino if we're ever able to schedule an interview. But I heard that Trent was actually pitched to Starburns to be a stop motion short alongside like 12 other short stories. And it was supposed to be, to my understanding, it was like a neighborhood and where Trent revolves as just one house of all these other houses that were there that kind of told different stories, and they would kind of go around and tell these different stories per episode. And I was like, wow, that's really cool. And when I found out about this, the reason I found out about it is because the person that I was speaking with sent me a package, and they actually sent me a package of the 3D printed head molds of the stop motion, what would be puppets for Trent that we got them
Wait,
here.
that's crazy.
I'll have to send you guys a picture, or I'll post something on our Instagram on a
That
story or
is
something for you guys that
so
watch us. So
cool.
if you know the story and you know the characters, I have these just 2 head molds, but I guess that they were used to kind of pitch like this is what they would look like, this is what their faces are. And I was like, whoa. So they're like one of one, pretty rare, but I never heard that story before that they were actually looking to make it a real thing, let alone actually got it as far as production of making some sort of puppets. So I thought that was something you guys might be interested in hearing.
No, that's fascinating. I didn't know that. It's it was supposed to be part of a larger production or
I
such?
guess so. I guess so. Yeah, that was like their from my small understanding. Hopefully, I can ask the right people and get more information soon. But yeah, it was something like it was a part of like 12 other short stories, and I don't know if it would be every episode would be a different story, but it took place in apparently like a neighborhood. So the family from Trent would live in one house and they would be one story. And then, whoever lived next door would be another story. And it was sort of like an episodic type idea. But I guess it just never got off the ground for whatever reason. And I'm not sure why. But again, if I find out more information, I'll let you guys know. And if you haven't read Trent, excuse me, but you like Dino's work, I would check it out. It's definitely an interesting read. It is definitely bleak, but if you're a fan of Moral Oral, I think that you would enjoy it.
I think the ending was hopeful though.
Yeah.
It was very interesting. Definitely give it a read if you haven't.
We got a question. Well, it wasn't really a question, but someone asked to have their bundle signed by Dino. We can't make that happen for you. We're sorry. Um,
Can I get my Team Orel photo digitally signed by David so we can put it on our website?
Sure.
Yeah.
Cool, thank you.
You're welcome. Sorry, I'm looking for the verbiage I'm supposed to include in this.
It was
Skibbity?
something Skibbity Rizzler.
Yeah, he's
something
Googling
Rizzler.
Rizzler.
Yeah.
Sigma Riz, no cap.
I think that means that he I don't even know. I'm not a translator for this language.
Adjust.
Hey,
it.
I got a question for
David.
David.
David, this is about to be your life now, just so you know.
That's cool, man. Bring it.
Go ahead, Dustin.
I got a question for Dave. Dave, did you see Starburn's contribution to Severance season 2?
I did. Yeah, a lot of great animators worked on that. Not just animators, but yeah, I saw that through my animator friends and set builders. And yeah, if you guys haven't seen season 2 of Severance, first off, it's a great show. But there's a little animated sequence, and Starburn's got to be a part of that. Good mention.
It's got a lot of same of that similar style, and it's a really short, I don't know if it's like vignette is the right word, but it's really great. And I was really happy to see, like, when that went on screen, I was like, whoa, oh no. And like it just caught me in like 3 different ways, because I was like, oh, this is an interesting turn. Oh wow, this is Starburns. And I was like, I instantly knew like the vibe that was there. But if you guys are really into stop motion, you'll like it. It's short, but it's jam packed. It also has some really great narration too. So,
Little Keanu Reeves action. Yep.
Amazing stuff.
Don't worry if anyone's worried that this is a domestic violence. The gun isn't loaded. It's fine.
David, when you were drawing the gun, I literally wanted to laugh so hard.
I imagine every time. Well, we've never seen Shapey. Wait, no, he did wander in once. That's right. He wandered into the study once and like knocked over a table.
That was
I think that was Block.
When we
That was
have,
a Block?
theories of everything about why that happened.
Okay, I just imagine Clay is so protective of his space. Like the idea of this thing coming into his space had to be horrible.
This thing, the poor lad.
Okay, well, okay, we think that Art lets Block go into his study, and that's why Block went into Clay's study.
Interesting. That could be. I don't know. That's pretty funny.
this is a good question that showed up on the YouTube stream. They said, what happens to the limited editions that don't sell if by chance you guys don't sell out?
They don't get printed.
Ah, okay.
It's okay. So the way it works is that when you put in a pre-order, an amount from the money that you sent in is going to be spent to print the book and print the bundles and get that shipped to you, and the rest of it is going to go to charity. But if you don't pay for it, it doesn't exist, basically.
It loses itself to the ether.
Yes. So that doughy cover, the standard doughy cover that nobody wanted, will never come into existence.
Yeah, where are you, all you Doughy fans I see in the chat?
Yeah.
It's your time. It's your time to own the.
Finally, some merch with Doughy. Isn't it crazy that Adult Swim does like so little merch for the show?
There's like
Well, not
barely
really, because
any
clearly they
listing.
don't. It's like the ugly stepchild.
They don't even have a standard. They don't even have a official DVD release that's like accessible.
That's
like, where's the Blu-ray?
It's because it's not. They're not. This is my humble opinion. So if anyone says anything else, they're just wrong. But I believe that they believe that it's not a cash cow, and once they think that they have a cash cow, they'll push all their chips in, and we've seen this happen a few times from them, and they'll almost go at it blindly, just shoving money at everything. Like, we'll go get Pez dispensers made and custom condoms and car covers and whatever. Like, it doesn't matter. And it's really, really strange. But I've seen tons of other networks do the same type of thing, as well as invest in just very odd ways. So it doesn't surprise me at all. I think that they love their intellectual property and they'll use it as much as they can to exploit it. But if they don't think that they can sell it, what's the phrase, like gangbusters, they're just like, nah, it's not worth our time. We don't care.
That's crazy though. Like,
When you think about,
why is that not happening with more Orel? Don't they see that that it's got potential? It's a cash cow. Come on, Adult Swim.
I
Put
think
your money where your
that
mouth is.
I think that it's because physical media took such a hit. That's one huge thing. I think that they see that licensing through ad revenue can bring them a lot more money instantaneous. And some people want the quick buck and the instant gratification rather than the delayed. I think that them caring about the fans or the diehards is not as profitable as what's hot right now. And what baffles me is that we'll see garbage trucks full of Rick and Morty merchandise that won't sell, but they won't allocate the money for, one item of that Rick and Morty stuff to be like, hey, why don't we do another Kid Robot thing? And we can make at least, figures for 10 shows. We'll cover that. Why don't we try to just spread it around a little bit? If we're going to keep rehashing these intellectual properties for 20 some odd years, we're doing it for a reason. There are people watching it. We could scratch a few backs, but I don't think that they're marketing things like that. It's not like that. I could tell you examples from other studios too, where you're just like, this doesn't make sense. And I guess if you wanted to put their shoes on, you could see it from their side. But I think from where we sit, we're going to continue to sit here and scratch our heads because it just doesn't make a lot of sense. I think another prime example, and you guys can tell me to shut up whenever, but look at the Baffler Meal DVD combo set they released for Aqua Teen Hunger Force. They've already released every single one of those on DVD. They've released movies, they released all this stuff, but they decided right when it was on HBO to release it all again on DVD, which is kind of an outdated form of technology these days. And then they didn't even put all the episodes on it. But for some reason, they saw, well, the movie's out and it's hot right now, so let's just rehash this out and we'll send it out again. Even though we've already released single DVDs over the past 15 years, let's just hop on this hype train really quick. And it's lame, to be honest.
No, for sure. David, I'm floored by the amount of detail you're putting into this Skibbity Riz.
I'm just waiting to be turned off. So
let's expare him from the Sigma Skibbity Riz cake. And
somebody asked if you've seen any of our videos, David. I don't know if I want to do that. Huh?
I can't recall which, but I definitely watched your channel. So sorry I can't specify, but I definitely have.
Don't know what to do with that info.
Oh, you is good. I like your content. I watch a lot of. I'm curious what people think about Moralton. I'm not obsessed, but I do kind of chime in once in a while, and I'm like, oh, cool. Like especially when I heard your involvement with Let There Be Light, I was like, okay, who's this? And then I was like, oh wow, very impressive. So yeah, overall, great.
We're very passionate about the show, and we're thankful for its existence.
I'm grateful for fans like you and anybody listening who's a diehard fan. Like I'm so impressed with the fandom. I'm not the creator and I'm humbled by it. So, it's so cool to see this level of dedication to something that I think is also worth your time. So, thanks everybody.
Thank you for making something amazing.
Yeah. Seriously. We wouldn't be here without the show and without you and everyone involved.
Yeah.
Let's move on to the next. I think we have 2 more queued up right now, right? Or is it 1 more?
It's it's two more. So the first one, and this one goes to Bree, is Clay with a bouquet of flowers and bottles of alcohol for the fans. A little out of character, but okay.
Maybe it's a bouquet of beer bottles or vodka or something.
Okay.
Just kidding. I'm gonna
Interpret it to your
He doesn't drink
discretion.
beer, though. He doesn't drink beer.
Oh yeah, he doesn't drink beer. It has to be like whiskey or something.
Yeah, full whiskey bottles. Oh goodness. Let's see. Do we have any more questions, Wes?
Let me see. How do you think Shapey and Block grew up together?
I think that's similar to the question about the nurture episode, right?
Yeah.
I think he said he didn't have information, but David, if you'd like to
Oh,
reiterate.
David, do you have a favorite fan theory?
Fan theory. Oh man, what are some fan theories? I can't think of one off the top of my head. Throw some fan theories out. That's a good one.
I'm too embarrassed to talk about my own theories, so we're gonna move on.
Yeah, I'm blanking.
I have plenty of them, but I think we'll if you don't know any off the top of your head, we'll just move on.
I've probably heard some, but I'm blanking at the moment.
No worries.
Do you have a favorite of the female characters?
Okay. Try not to take too much time to think about it. I'm sure as soon as this is over, I'm gonna be like, that was the dumbest answer. I think I love the performance of Dottie. Her performance, KK Dodds did her voice, and we laughed our asses off when she recorded. And I was like, oh, this is good. And then the animation was even more sublime, matching with her, like the hand movements and all the like quick, snappy gestures. So not so much as the character is written, but as the character is executed by the voice and the animation. I'm just gonna say Dottie. She's just a lot of fun. Every time she was on screen, well, more towards like later seasons, she was a lot of fun.
Nice. So what's oh, okay, we were on the beer bottles request, right? No, not beer bottles, sorry.
It was vodka
It was,
bottles.
yeah, vodka, something like that.
I hear that's Dino's drink of choice.
Yep.
Yep. Let's see. Keep the questions flowing, people. We'll definitely answer them to the best of our capability. Can you guys share what your favorite Arcana design is? I like the Justice one for reasons that if you know me, you'll understand.
The ones that sold out the fastest were actually my favorites because I liked how the compositions turned out. I know which ones are my least favorites, and if they could be redone, I would redo them. Yeah.
But they're all beautiful. Give them the love they deserve.
Yeah.
We can fix things, but the way they are was beautiful. Anybody else who's seen them have any they like particularly? Bree or others?
I like Judgment. I love the Judgment cover.
Oh,
That's why I bought that variant of it because I just think the composition is really good.
I wanted Dino to have that one. So he's got a copy of that now. One that I don't think got appreciated was the Chariot.
The Chariot is almost sold out, Wes. You know what didn't get appreciation?
It is? Wait.
The Chariot it had more sales than others. That's still more than some. Some of them didn't get any love.
Okay, because yeah, that one was also nice. The Justice card was nice. I'm kind of sad the Devil didn't get more love.
What's
the one with Orel as a church? Is that Wheel or the Fortune?
That's Wheel of Fortune.
That's great. I love all the Orel as a church art. I'm a big fan of that taking off. There's been a lot of joy for that image. It's kind of iconic now to me. So
Yeah.
I'm
Oh,
very
it's
happy to
iconic
see
in the
that.
fandom too.
I mean, that's one that I prefer to see over the wolf clay.
Yeah, Orel as a church is, because to me that is kind of the principle of the show, that he learns he's a church. So it's almost like, to me, it's an ongoing theme that he is that. So yeah, it's a great cover. They're all great covers, but that one stood out to me.
Forgive my ignorance, but did the Hermit have a cover?
The
They all have
hermit
one.
was clay with his pants around his ankles and holding up a bottle of alcohol. That stands in for the lantern.
Bottom of the line, they're all great. We have another question. This one's to everybody. Who is your favorite? Oh wait, hold on, I skipped one. How did you the idea of the? Go ahead and talk about how you decided to come up with the Arcana deck. Wes, that was a question.
Wait, which
How
question
it
is
came to
it?
be? How the idea of you making the Arcana deck came to be?
I actually don't remember.
Ooh, mystery, mystery
when
air.
that happened, I was on a trip. I was on a work trip, and I was actually teaching stop motion with like I don't want to get too into it, but it was like a stop motion workshop for kids, and at the same time I was rewatching Moral Orel, and then I was watching the commentaries of Moral Orel, and then it got me thinking just too much about the characters and how each one of them kind of reminds me of the archetypes, because I was already like thinking of tarot as well. So I'm actually, if I think about it, I think Orel and Clay as the hermit, Orel as the fool and Clay as the hermit were the first two that I drew. So those were the ones I started with, and then the rest kind of emerged from that. I think the last ones were probably Judgment, the World, and the Moon.
Yeah, I remember seeing as they were coming out. It was cool to see. I think
But
the
I
artwork.
didn't draw them in order, and it was kind of more kind of trying to think of each character on their own and what aspect they represent and what parts of their arc is equivalent to things that are in the cards.
Yeah, I think you did a great job correlating all that.
Thank you.
Yeah. This one got a question from Julia L. To everyone, who is your favorite character and what is your favorite scene with that character?
Oof. That's a hard one.
I'll answer first
Gosh.
because it's easy. No, I'll go last. Jump in at any time, anybody.
Okay. I was gonna say something. I think I love Stephanie the most. I'm definitely biased because I relate a lot to her, but every time I rewatch the series, I end up tearing up at the close face episode. She just like, I love her journey, I love her story, I love her design. Everything about her makes me so happy.
It's funny you say that. I think I could ramble about this one for a long time, but as you were talking, the first thing that popped into my head was just the scene of her giving herself piercings to cope with what was going on. And
Oh, like
Stephanie is
maternal
definitely,
pain.
she's one of my favorite characters, but that scene just popped into my head and I'm like, yeah, that's
Yeah.
pretty, yeah, that's definitely up there. I remember that one fondly.
Yeah. For me,
I love that this is turning into a bouquet of alcohol.
oh my goodness.
What I wanted to
great.
do.
For me, if you watch the channel, you'll know my favorite character is Wilberta. If I had to pick a specific scene, I mean, I really like everything, but I've watched so many of her scenes so many times, just looking at them over and over. But um, I think Numb as an episode is incredibly just. It really hit me in a lot of places. Like, it was just really interesting, and it was like the stepping stone that made me really like go and look at her again and be like, wow, this character has a lot more going on, is internalizing a lot of things that are not coming through the way that a lot of the things that Clay deals with and that Clay kind of, whinges about all the time because she's very internal compared to him. He's very external. So I feel like that and nature taking place at the same time, there's a lot to be said about that. That I won't I won't ramble too long, but yeah, that would be my answer probably.
I hate to jump on the bandwagon. I think Stephanie might be mine, but tied for first. Favorite doesn't mean I like this character, but they're interesting as far as a written character. Clay. I thought I knew who Clay was season 1, and then I saw him develop more, and I thought I knew who he was again. And then we see his backstory, and I'm still trying to figure out who this person is. And I I struggle with dad issues, so I look at him and I'm like, okay, similarities, but also different. And he's endlessly fascinating to me. And I don't mean that in a positive way, like he's obviously a terrible person, but he is a fascinating specimen. He's entertaining, if nothing else, like to watch as a case study of like bad behavior. And he's almost like a social experiment. But then, yeah, tied with him would be Stephanie.
Well, I would also have to say Clay. I mean, I can say that I relate to both Clay and Stephanie, but also Clay is someone who I probably could have been if certain things in my life hadn't changed. And I think it's very easy to take for granted that, like, if you're out of a certain situation or if you're out of a certain mindset, it's easy to think, oh, how could I have ever thought like that? How could I've ever like lived like that or felt so much rage and anger? I don't know. He's interesting in that capacity. And I also kind of like, he's got, but that if you're not careful, that part that you live with might get stuck inside of you. Which was also what happened to him.
It's also a really
he's a-
entertaining train wreck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not every train wreck is watchable, but he is. I mean, kudos to Scott Adsit and the animators,
Well,
but the design.
I mean, yeah, I mean, I don't think of him so much as a train wreck. I think he's very unfortunate to be a queer person who hates himself so much and has been told that, you're going to hell for this, and he believes that fully. And existing like that is really difficult.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's really sad watching what happens to him, but it is very relatable in a lot of different ways. And even if you strip away some of the topics that we're talking about that is to the character, just certain aspects of him being an addict or his sexuality or his upbringing or him being a father, each one of these things is visceral, and you can see him fumbling to try to do something with it, and he can't. And I think that phrase, a train wreck, it almost becomes that because it just you're watching it just fall apart in every sense of it, and it's disturbing in a familiar way. But as David mentioned, I think Scott's role with it gives it a little bit of a I don't know. There is that bit of humor. There's that bit of just something with it that it's not just completely disturbing. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
you can watch it and still kind of take it and I don't want to say like enjoy it, but there is something that's still redeemable about it. Maybe it's just there's
It's
just human
endearing.
quality. Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
Scott made him so endearing, and it's Clay's execution. He has all these like, the world's kind of against him, and it's how he chooses to execute these things, and he obviously makes a lot of bad choices because he's motivated to. But he could take the high road. He could always take the high road, and he over and over takes the low road, and yet he's still watchable. I really like watching characters that are making bad decisions but are redeemable, and we hold on and we just keep hoping that they won't do it. Because if you go too far, if you write your character to just be pure bad, you wouldn't find him watchable. You'd just be like, well, that person sucks. I don't care. But
I
there's
think a lot of people interpret him to be pure bad because the scenes that he gets are just so visceral.
Yeah, but he's got that's what it's great that we're this is proving his character. It's complex. He is
Yeah.
complex.
Yes.
And it's his complexity that I find so watchable. And I keep rooting, like, come on, Clay, get it together. He's not going to, but we hope he does.
Well, this is why I mentioned earlier about like what would you want to see in the movie, and it's like if we can see that turn, you know, whether if it ever happens or not, if it does happen, it could be the very thing that is that saving grace of why Orel would put that picture back on the wall. And even if it doesn't happen, seeing how Orel comes to peace with it. And then it'd also be interesting to see where that train ends. You know what I mean? We can kind of, guess what happens, but it's just like we're seeing this go down pretty bad. We never see how it ends, and I can only imagine how bad it could get, you know what I mean?
Mhm.
It's also interesting to wonder about like what that looks like for him, and what that version of acceptance or atonement might be.
Absolutely. That could be very, very interesting to explore that. You know what? Since we're talking about like mental health and we're talking about a bunch of different topics here, but we were just talking about the cards. I just glanced down, and for those that know me, know I'm in like hardcore therapy myself. But we were just talking about these cards. Wes, do you think you would ever do another card type of project? And then, if not, cool. If so, have you ever heard of something called parts work cards?
I have not. What is that?
So it is something that's based on therapy, and like give it a Google search. They're called like interactive parts work cards. And basically they're like illustrated cards that kind of look like tarot cards, but they're used in forms of therapy where they'll show a certain image, but the image is supposed to be looked at by the patient and they're supposed to pick out different things from it. So for example, like there is a card in here where it shows a guy near a fireplace drinking whiskey, and it shows like a dark room, and it shows a whole bunch of other things, and I'm like, wow, I wonder if like the characters of Moral Oral were put into a series like this, if people looked at these cards, what they would glean from it. It kind of
That's
just
fascinating.
screams like the depth that is in Moral Oral and how you could put so much into one small like picture and just kind of go off with it and have each card maybe be representative of addiction or representative of whatever. So I don't know, just something to look at. Thought I'd waste your time with that.
Yeah, that okay. I'm kind of looking these up. These are pretty cool. I mean, it's tarot's kind of like a traditional kind of thing. So cards have specific meanings to them. Specifically,
These ones though,
The devil
these
is
ones are totally up to interpretation though. They might have like some obvious stuff on like 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 on the surface, but they're supposed to be almost ambiguous in a sense to draw out certain elements so that the people who see them, they relate with them. And when you show it to one person, they might pick out something, and another person will look at it and pick out something completely different. And that's what kind of makes them special in that sense.
So it's kind of like those ink blots, but with more structure.
That's exactly what they're like. Exactly like that.
That's really cool. Yeah.
I think,
Sorry, I don't know if I helped the conversation or just derailed it by
No, that was
No, it was
I didn't know
interesting. It was
about
very
this.
interesting.
That's
I didn't know about
good.
this. Thank you.
Cool.
Is this one done, Bree?
Yes.
All right, so we can move on to the last one, and I think it might be the last one we have time for tonight,
Yeah.
considering we're nearing the end of our broadcast here.
This is the gay kids from the episode Loyalty Being Happy.
We still have mine.
Oh,
I have one.
great.
Which one's yours?
Oh no, there's actually two. So someone asked of a drawing of their OC Esther and Clay arguing about paperwork. She is supposed to be his secretary. Um, so I can do that one, and then Cherry can do the gay kids from the episode Loyalty Being Happy, and we can do it at the same time.
Double feature.
Double feature.
Woo.
All right.
Okay.
Okay, I'm gonna put this on the other screen so I can see it.
I sent my idea into the Discord, so it's just chilling there.
Okay.
Okay, so do we take sides on the campus? Like we do.
So we can I can do the right side and you can do the left side.
Okay.
What are those
Alright.
cards called again? Justin, someone's asking.
They're called Parts Works cards.
How do you?
They're
if you
like interactive cards for parts work, like PARTS work.
Oh, I see. I see. Someone typed it in the chat. How it's spelled.
They're used for like therapeutic reasons, but like once you look at the cards, and I think if you're looking at kind of the tarot cards that Wes made, I think you can see the connection in which I'm trying to kind of lay down here. There is a question that I keep seeing pop up in the YouTube that it says, and I don't know. I think I could ramble about this one for a long time, but it says, what is a song that isn't in Moral Oral but fits the themes? For example, Bargain by The Who is about someone desperate to connect with God. It reminds me a lot of Moral Oral. Is there any songs that you guys know off the top of your head that you think would be like perfect for the series or perfect to
Like overall?
Sure, why not, right?
Like I guess or something I'd like to see in it.
They don't say specifically, so let's just say whichever one comes to mind.
I mean,
yeah.
if I would like to see if more stuff got made, I would like to see some of Britta's music in there. I know she sings in it, but she has her own music and it's really great. So I would like to see something of hers featured that she wrote.
I think in the Cats in the Cradle with the silver spoon, like that's kind of too on the nose, but that just fits like a glove. But that's probably too well known for the show. I think something a little more independent. But if they played Cats in the Cradle, it would be all too perfect.
Evil by
you know
like
what?
it would, yeah.
The licensing for that might be a nightmare, but just imagine if in the right scene you heard like a piano just play the melody of that in the background.
Yeah.
It would be
Oh,
perfect.
that'd be
Or just
crazy.
sneak it in like a doorbell or something like that.
Exactly.
Oh goodness.
I wanted to say Evil by Interpol.
Yes. Yes. Sorry, I love Interpol.
Any other specific topics that we'd like to talk about as we wind down here? Any stories or questions?
Here's a story, quick one. So at Shadow, my department storyboarding was on the third floor, and it's not a conventional building. It was kind of open. It was like a very weird open design, very modern, strange design. But anyway, I'm on the third floor looking down, and I can see like in all directions. I can see the animators from above, and it's kind of weird. So I'm close to the roof, and it's really hot because there's blackout curtains everywhere, blocking out the sun. All the animator stages have curtains, and there's lights running, so the heat rises, and the top floor is just melting hot. I'm drenched in sweat. And it's middle of summer in Los Angeles, and I start smelling this burning thing. And I was like, well, that's probably just a light or something. And then I hear sizzling, and I look over the edge of, like, it's kind of weird. It's like I don't know, waist high, this wall that's wrapped around. So I could essentially jump to my death. And I'm looking down over the alleyway where all the sets are, and I see black tar falling from the ceiling. Missed my black tar, and it missed my desk by just a few feet, like maybe 2 or 3 feet, and it's falling down on the sets on Moralton, and I like freaked out. I was like, what is happening? So I ran downstairs as fast as I could, ran to Eric Blauer, the studio manager, and I said, there's black tar falling from the ceiling. And he went, what? And I showed him right away, and he was like, whoa! And like ran outside. They were tarring the roof, and it was seeping through the roof onto the sets. And it could have, scarred somebody for life. So there's me, and there's all these other people walking down below, and they're like, what the hell's going on? So they took care of the problem, and we had to get the tar off of the sets. And I'm pretty sure we used those sets again. So that was season 2, I think. That actually happened. It's a fun story.
The attack of the tar.
Yeah, it's raining black tar on Moralton. If that's not a plague, what is? Yeah.
It's an omen, I guess.
Yeah, one of the many plagues.
That's like something Orel would make a movie about, like those little movies that he makes.
Yeah, still can't believe that happened. A lot of weird things happened in Shadow. Like, it was a very quirky place.
You think it was haunted?
Yeah, okay, a quick story real fast just to fill the air. I'm working Thanksgiving because I don't really celebrate Thanksgiving, and I offered to, and they needed the work done, so I'm boarding on whatever day that was, Thursday, I guess. So I'm there during the day, and there's a few windows that weren't completely covered. I just said they were boarded up before, but there's like just one by me that isn't. And normally there's light shining through, and I'm noticing, I'm like, is it like, what's going on up there? Another roof story. And I'm like, there's something black, and I'm like, what is it, tar again? And it's just these weird, like a black mesh moving up there. I'm like, what the fuck is that? And I realize it's crows. These crows are going apeshit on the roof, like the birds trying to get in. They're going absolutely insane. And I see crows or I hear crows all over the roof. And I go downstairs, go out the door, and I look from like across the street. The entire roof is covered in crows. It's like moving black mass.
Whoa.
And I'm like, what is going on? These crows are trying desperately to get inside. And then I realized, wait, what am I doing looking at them? What if they're carnivorous or something? I don't know. So I'm like, I should get back inside. I go back inside, they fly away, that was it. But I told people the next day, and they're like, oh, this place is definitely haunted. There's all sorts of weird stuff that goes on. Like the set department reported like tools moving and weird sounds at night. I mean, every building makes weird sounds at night. But the crows thing, I mean, it was like a good 5 to 10 minutes of over 100 crows trying their damnedest to break into the building by any means. And they were like scratching like crazy to the point of bleeding in their feet. And they left feathers and bird shit and all that. So it actually happened. There were no intoxicants involved in this story, but that was weird. So yeah, it was definitely haunted.
Censor doll curse.
Yeah, pretty weird.
Those crows were doing something. That's wild. They're smart.
Maybe they're celebrating. They're like, it's Thanksgiving and no one's eating us. It's pretty weird.
Oh, goodness. It's an interesting story, though. Really, like, two weird, very strange circumstances that
Yeah,
happened.
luckily the tar one people did witness, and I'm not a liar. The crow one, I had to do a little bit of convincing. People are like, "Oh, sure, it happened on the holiday when no one but you was there." I'm like, I swear to
You
God,
didn't
it
even
happened.
take a picture, dang.
This is pre cameras on phones.
Oh, wow.
Didn't have the means. Yeah.
You have the memory. That's what's important.
Yeah, that's it. My big fish story.
These doodles are looking great.
All right, so we got 20 minutes left, and we have one more donation receipt that says draw Miss Second Opinion Sin as a spy. David, I think this one's for you.
Okay, I gotta look her up really fast because I actually forgot.
She's Joe's big sister.
I know who she is, and I just don't remember exactly what she looks like, and I want to do this request justice. Let's see. Fun fact: she was voiced by Jeff Davis, who later did the voice of Victor Frankenstein on Frankenhole.
Huh.
Oh my goodness.
Small world. But
Did he do any other characters in the show? I know
Yeah.
I recognized Arthur's voice in Frankenhole as well.
Yeah, he came in and out of more Orel. He's a friend of Dino's, and Dino was always trying to get friends involved in any way he could. So I'm pretty sure he did other voices. Which though, I don't remember, but I know he did that one. And that episode was directed by David Cromer, who is Dino's friend from Chicago, who's a theater director. So if you've seen Orson Welles' The Magnificent Andersons, that was his reference for that episode. He wanted us to kind of model the episode after that movie. It's a phenomenal film. And he really just said, like, there's a lot in there he wants to emulate. So lots of fun production details. All right, so who am I doing? I'm doing Mrs. Second Opinions, or Miss Second Opinions.
Miss Second.
And she's doing what?
She's a spy.
Of course.
I don't know.
Okay, well, I'll figure this out. It's going to be 2 drawings with a gun. I have a problem. Let's see.
Any other interesting stories or things we want to share in this last 20 minutes or so?
I mean, if there's not no stories or anything, I can share that we are now at $80 in donation just from the last stream, and we sold 1 digital version and 2 base covers. So thank you guys.
Yeah,
for
thank you
doing
so
that.
much, everybody. And thank you for sticking with us for so long tonight.
Yeah. I mean, we consider the digital versions because we don't print them. 100% of the sale price goes to charity. So that was $15 total. So we're at $95 plus the 2 physical ones, which I'd have to
Wonderful.
calculate.
Someone's asking if we can show all the drawings at the end. I believe
Sure.
we will be doing that, and I think they'll probably be posted somewhere.
We'll
They'll
post
definitely be
them
posted somewhere on social media.
We'll definitely have them up on the YouTube, the Instagram, and the Tumblr. But we gotta gather our bearings first.
Yeah, give us some time, but they'll all be available. Anything else we want to discuss, scene related or otherwise?
Any questions that you got
This
left?
is your last 15 minutes to ask questions. If you want to ask them now.
Question. Yo, wait, is this Dino? No, Dino has not been on the call. He's got better things to do, probably.
Hopefully writing a feature.
Will the stream be archived? Are we able to edit streams?
No, you'd have to archive it as a VOD.
Hmm.
We'll consider it. We're not sure.
Yeah. If Orel wasn't canned, did you see it only having 4 seasons, or did you expect a movie? I was always under the impression that they sold it specifically so it would have 5 seasons, or that was like the original idea. You only did the major arcana, right? Who would you have included in some of the minor arcana, and why? The minor arcana, there's like 52 of those, so I could include every character from the show depending on how they correlate with the theme of the card. So yeah, pretty much anybody and everybody.
Yeah, there's so many. Making a full deck would be so much so much drawings for you.
Oh, Justin, you had a donation, and you wanted to ask David to make an image of Orel killing your monkey, your mascot, right?
Yes.
With a Bible, if possible. Hopefully bashing his head with said Bible.
Yes, please.
Okay, I'll wrap this up then. That sounds awesome.
Oh, assassination attempt. Lovely.
Thank you, thank you.
Such a violent stream.
Yeah, I
It
got a
doesn't
lot
have
of
a gun in it.
I think getting beaten to death with the Bible might be worse.
He's trying to teach him, okay?
He just needs to see the Bible really up close, multiple times in his cranium. Oh goodness. Let's see.
I seriously can't wait for you guys all to see what we've got coming up next with Team Oral. We've got, like I said, we got a little sneak peek in the book. If you didn't get the book, keep your eyes peeled for what we got going on because we have some new stuff to share. But if you got the book, look for our little section in there. I'm so excited to share this with all you guys. So
Give
excited.
a link to
We're always excited to see Team Moral updates.
This is what's left. There's still a bunch of questions here. Stupid
What?
shipping question. If you are into shipping, what? Hello?
Huh? I was saying Clay's gonna bear witness to this?
Bear witness to what?
Or was Clay the one beating? I thought he said Oral was beating up the monkey.
No, you said it was Orel beating up the monkey, right?
Yeah, we'll
killing the
have
monkey.
Oral doing it.
Yeah.
He's trying to teach him about religion.
He's gonna
Stupid shipping question. If you are into shipping, Stephanie and Dottie or Stephanie and Bendy? Stephanie and Dolly, the bartender. That's the answer. I don't know what you guys think, but that's my opinion.
No, I agree.
I can't stop tooting your guys' horn. I've been slowly I was reading part of Lauren's write-up in the book, and I have to, like, stop myself. I'm like, I wanna sit down with the book in hand when it arrives, but this is you guys really knocked it out of the park. I just have to say, I keep looking at this digital print, and I think you guys are really gonna be happy. Those who picked up the book, you're really gonna be stoked on this.
We're definitely excited to fill it and get it all shipped out.
We're very proud of how it turned out. It was like we put all our love into making this, and we were so consumed in making it that we didn't have time to do stuff for the channel. So thank you guys for showing up to this, even though we haven't been doing this for a while. We do have another video coming up soon. We actually
we actually do have a video that's almost finished.
Yeah.
That we should be able to. Sorry, go ahead, Wes.
Well, we got 10 minutes left, so I wanted to plug an upcoming zine that is by one of our streamers on here with us now. So, Bree, do you want to take the stage and tell the audience a little about what you're working on?
Of course. Okay. Hi, everyone. So me and a couple of friends, we really want to make a PBS zine to help, like it's a part of like a lot of people's childhoods. It's free television for children who may not get the education that they need. And we want to make a zine. We sent out an interest check, I think 2 weeks ago. And we, I think, got 120 responses. So next week we are going to be opening applications for those who want to participate. So we're going to like make a digital PDF version of it. We also want to try to do physical copies, but we're not really sure how to do that. But we're going to figure it out as we go. Anyone who buys like the digital copy and the hypothetical physical copy, all the donations go to PBS. So yeah.
Awesome.
Awesome. Do we
That's
want to move
very
on
cool.
to Oh, sorry. I'm not trying to. I'm seeing the 10 minutes left and I'm getting antsy. Go ahead and
Oh,
say
I'm
what
gonna
y'all were
put
gonna
the
say.
card information in the chat.
Yeah,
Oh
drop
yeah,
that in
please
there.
do. Please do. Um, I see that David's moved on to the next drawing, but it looks like it's still on multiple canvases. I don't know if that's me.
Whoops. Let me fix that. Multiple canvases, eh?
There we go.
Wait, is that
I
better?
love that little monkey dude.
Okay. So Orel beating the monkey with a Bible, right?
Yeah.
My feed hasn't even shown this yet. I'm still watching him. Oh, here we go. Now I see it. Amazing.
Did you make that little monkey guy?
Yeah. Yeah, he's been
The plush
he's been a
version?
mascot for a long time, yeah. He's like the shell of him is based off a very old school retired Beanie Baby, but what he looks
Oh,
like is very very far off from a Beanie Baby these days.
I love that. That's so cool.
Sweet.
Any final information we have as we get into this last few minutes, Wes, about the zine, about anything we need to go over before we call it for tonight?
Thank you all for, coming and joining us for this stream and asking your questions and for donating. And I I hope that you all had a great time. Tonight is the last night you can get the physical version of the zine. And the store will close at midnight PST, or was it 11:59?
11:15 p.m. PST. So
11:59
you,
PST.
as of right now, that would be about 5 more hours. So if you want it, if anybody you know wants it, spread the word. This is the last night. After that, it will not be available in physical form any longer.
Yeah. Well, we won't be selling it anymore.
Yeah, it doesn't disappear from the from your your
Yeah.
closet or wherever you have it displayed. It you still get to keep it, but
This disintegrates.
yeah, it's not like a midnight stroke of midnight thing, yeah. But
Well, it is a strict midnight thing for getting it. So if you
yes,
haven't gotten it yet, tell people about it. Tell everybody who loves Moral Oral that you know that the zine is uh great and that you should get it.
amazing, filled with so much content of mixed media and beautiful artwork done by a lot of really talented people. Um, were just a pleasure to work with, and the whole team behind everything was just amazing. Like, I never would have expected I would have done something like this, but lo and behold, a lot of the things we end up doing, we just, it comes from a small idea and it turns into something really, really great. So we appreciate everybody who supported it, everybody who was here and was able to donate, um, and of course, everybody who contributed to the project, and all of our special guests today.
You're special.
Yeah, thanks for
Thank
putting this together.
you.
This is awesome.
As somebody who tries to preserve as many of these items as I possibly can, man, I'm really blown away by the contributions in the zine that touch down on some of the fan-made puppets. There are some
Yes, they are great.
really, really good job. And I know we get hit up all the time, people asking if we have any for sale or can find them some, and unfortunately, even ones that go up for sale they're just at laughable prices. And
Mhm.
just the dedication of some of these fans that are just like, well, I don't have enough for, I don't have the funds to be able to kind of pick up something like this, you know what I mean? So I'm going to take it on myself, and just the level of creativity and time and care that goes into it. And it's really awesome to see. It's really cool. My hat's off to them.
It is. I actually own one of the dolls slash puppets that was made by one of the contributors, Sally O. Did a lot of great puppets of multiple characters. I own I own one of her work because I wanted a Blaberta, and obviously I was not going to get my hands on a real one. And I think she does a great job getting it really close to how it looks in the show. And I'll try to plug that her Tumblr, because I know commissions, I believe, are open. So if you guys want a cool, close to screen accurate puppet slash doll that's posable, definitely reach out.
Yeah, they are really nice. I'm not sure the materials that they use or what they approached with it in comparison to the real ones, but they look great. They look really well made.
Yeah, I'm not sure on the details of the materials, but they're sturdy stuff. It's really well made. The clothing is beautiful, so just great great work.
Yeah, I'm really glad that you guys put that in there as well as the art too. You guys did just a great job at like I said, anyone who wants to dive into the book last minute and grab it, I think you're going to be really happy. I mean, not only does it have stories and backgrounds and so much art, but it's got so many different sides of this fandom. You guys really did a good job just kind of hitting all what's the phrase? You know, all sides of it. It's really great. Can't say that enough.
Yeah,
if you ever do another one thing, I haven't gotten all of them and I haven't looked at all of them, so I don't know what's out there, and I'm really excited to find out. But I don't know if there is this. I would love to see a pop-up of like the house or Clay Study or something. That would be really cool.
Oh,
Wow.
that sounds really cool.
Yeah.
Like, I would love to see any kind of mixed media that people can come up with for the show. Just express yourselves. It's so cool.
And if your dimensions are off with a pop-up, then Clay Study is the way to go because it's German expressionist a little bit. So
all right,
That would be quite the undertaking to create a
be a lot.
pop-up book. That would be wow. But that would be something to see. That's for sure.
For sure.
But yes, as it stands, the book is amazing. I'm not belittling it at all. It's insane what you guys pulled off. But, on your hat for next time, if there's next time.
Here's a question for you, David. I know that they built a diorama for the Trent book display. Have you ever seen a fan make a diorama of the show?
Yeah. Who though? I feel like I've seen them on like in Instagram. There's a lot of Orel fans, and I've seen somebody create like a tableau of what did I see? I think it's the church. Someone was trying to do all the pews, like on a small scale. I've seen that. I don't know who. I mean, I don't have many details on the subject, but yeah, I've seen people try to do like recreate, like you say, like create their own puppets. And man, the craftsmanship is pretty damn good. I used to think I was good, but fans are far more talented than I ever was. Justin, is this to your liking?
This is amazing. Thank you.
I mean, it looks naughty, but that's kind of what I was going for. Like,
no, it looks great, man. Just put your John Hancock on it, and I will proudly plaster it everywhere on my side. And I think it's hilarious. And yeah, I'm glad to make the donation to a nice cause and to get such a silly photo. It's great.
Awesome. I think this was really fun, really successful night. Again, I want to thank everybody for being here, one, and for, of course, the donations one more time. We can't thank you enough. Yeah, just have a great night, everybody. If anyone else wants to sign off, go ahead.
Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Good night.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you guys for joining us.
Thank you so much.
We'll talk soon,
Thanks,
guys. Have a
bye.
good evening.
All right.